Coming to you from the biggest little city, the guys, Zach, Trevor, and Chuck, lock in to bring you your weekly fix of beer reviews, killer sports takes, sidebars, and all the fandom you can handle. Welcome to Balls and Brews.
Welcome to Balls and Brews. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, everybody. Yes,
yes. Cheers, all the peeps at home. Yeah. Cheers, everybody listening to us in the car. Cheers on your Red Bull. Don't be drinking beer. Ooh. Wow. Lots of stuff going on there, fellas. What are we drinking, Charlie?
Goodness gracious. Okay. So it's called Strawberry Brulee, and it's a snack-sized stout conditioned with maple, coffee, and strawberries.
I get the maple.
I get the coffee.
I get the coffee.
And I get the strawberries as well.
And the mouth feel is definitely different than what I thought was going to happen.
It drops off at the back end very quickly. It has like that frothy kind of start, and then at the back end, that body just goes away. It's kind of interesting because you expect a stout to linger a little bit more.
I like that, though.
Flavor's good. 6%. These guys are, so it's a new brewery. We're Timber Ales out of North Haven, Connecticut.
Timber?
Yeah. So
I like it.
Yeah, no, it's unique for sure, and
there's so many different
sweetness. The sweetness cuts through that coffee. Like I get coffee and sweetness way more, like from the strawberry or like maybe even the maple. But I do get like it's not pastry stout sweet, but it's definitely above average stout sweet.
For me, it's kind of like it goes maple, coffee, and then strawberry kind of finishes it off.
Yeah, and it's a quick finish too. Like you're saying, it's just not.
No, it just pow.
It's good. It's good. It's a good finish.
We've had some other good stouts as of recently, right, Charlie?
Yes, sir. Just last night down at the good old BC Production Brewers Cabinet.
Cool spot.
Dude, right there on the river, over there by Mayberry and whatnot. Yeah, it's a chill little.
First time?
First time for me. I've been in that area, but that specific, I did not know it was there, to be honest. Everybody was like, it's been here for like 8 years. I was like, holy shit.
You've never been there?
No. Only to Brewers Cabinet. I went, when they said Brewers Cabinet, I went to the one right up over the hip on Arlington in California. Nobody was there. I was like, what the fuck? I called Zach and he's like, yeah, we're at the production facility. I was like, where is that? He's like, White Fur. I was like, okay. Well, then I hopped in my car and got down there. I would have
done the same thing.
Yeah. So I had the coffee stout.
And I tasted it. I thought it was really good.
It was very well balanced. I asked the girl up front, like, hey, is this super coffee forward? Yeah, yo. And she's like, actually, I haven't tried it, but I've heard reports that it's pretty coffee forward. So I ended up getting the Oktoberfest before that. But then when I swung back for my third time, I was just staring at it, and I'm like, I'm not going to not get it. I'm going to try this fucking beer.
The only reason I did not get it
8.3%
is because I was driving. Ooh. And I was driving, so because Angelique, because they didn't have, because it's the production, so you don't have the full ensemble of beers. So they had a double IPA. They had that Oktoberfest. They had that coffee beer. They had an Irish stout that I had two of.
Dirty Wookie, of course.
They had Dirty Wookie. They had the Tahoe Blonde, which I had one of, which is a good blonde too. Actually, I had another blonde too. I'll get to in a little bit later. But that's what they had, So I was watching my APVs because I was driving.
Yeah, I mean, being responsible.
But we had some tacos from a taco truck that they smacked. Heck yeah, they were good. Yeah, absolutely.
Then we went to, you guys got to go. It is hella good. Brass Tap. It is south of town.
Ooh, so I've driven by there.
Dude, really good. It's cool venue inside and outside. They have the heaters up top, so the wind was kind of blowing, but then the heater turns on, and you're just like, damn, there goes the wind. Hella nice. Food, really good. I had a shrimp platter that was beer battered shrimp, tater tots, awesome. We had pork pot stickers to start off with, really good. The sauce, the dipping sauce they had was hella good. Yeah. Angelique had a hot honey pizza that was good. Hot honey pepperoni pizza.
Okay.
That hot honey is becoming a thing.
Yeah. So it was all good. And then the taps, there's a ton. So I had another stout that was like 4.5. It was Paperback Cult of Darkness. It was a really good.
We have featured Paperback on the pod. I forget the brew that we had from them, but I do remember referencing that.
Well, and I was wondering if it was this one. But it was really good.
That name sounds different.
Just a really good
Cult of Darkness. I like it though.
Just a really good stout. Like just not heavy chocolate, not heavy coffee, but just a really good, just more solid stout.
Forward.
Really solid stout. And then again, I had the Beer Zombie Bombshell Blonde that I liked. Again, driving south of town. I really want to go to that place and stay out there. Or if we're going to stay, Uber it home. But then you got to Uber it there because you want to leave your car because it's a long drive in the morning. Or you get just like a hotel there. That place had hella taps. And the food was hella good. They had a bunch of stuff on the menu. I was like, man, that looks good. That looks good. Like it was, and a sweet venue too.
I haven't been, but just talking about that side of town, have either of you been to Dave & Buster's now that that's open?
No, my son's been twice.
Y'all really good for him.
I'm interested. I'm
interested, dude. Okay, check us out for Pod 110. We're gonna drop it right in the middle of Dave & Buster's. We're gonna set up. We're gonna go do it live from D&B.
We should do a live post from there though.
We should go, dude. It looks fun as fuck, and I've heard fairly good reviews about the food there too. Like it's not like Chuck E. Cheese-esque food or whatever.
It's not, I don't know, Twin Peaks maybe.
So overpriced for what they also
way overrated.
And their beer, dude,
irritating. My beer can't be my beer shouldn't be frozen.
There's chunks in my fucking beer. I wanted to take it back. I wanted to return it.
Oh damn!
I've never wanted to return a beer so bad. But they advertise it. They fucking advertise it.
So
that's 29 degrees.
So what I told somebody, I said, if you go there, here's what you do: you order a Coors Light first. Drink it. Don't let them take your cup so your cup defrosts. Get the next beer and then dump it into your defrosted cup.
Oh, dang. They go over the top.
It's frozen.
It's literally little ice chunks.
When you're drinking your brown.
Beer slushy?
When you're drinking your brown, you have brown slushy. It's not what I want.
And you know what sucked? This is what I got a Pine Drops, right? Which I was super stoked to find it. No, I'm not Pine Drops.
Jubilee?
No, not Jubilee Ale. Still Deschutes. It's the hop one that hung around. So it was Pine Drops and what's the other? Fresh squeezed.
Fresh squeezed, okay.
Yeah, fresh squeezed. And dude, it tasted like a lager because it was frozen. It was so cold. None of the hops were able to open up. I was like, this is disgusting. Like, I know exactly how good this beer is off a tap, and the way you're serving it to me has ruined this fucking beer.
I mean, that sounds like it
and
could
the food wasn't
be
really that good
okay
either.
On like a hot day if you're ordering a lager.
That's what you're getting. Like that's why I said a Coors Light. Coors Light.
It basically said to me in one fell swoop that they had no idea what they were doing with their beer, and I was automatically out. Damn. And the food wasn't bad; it was just overpriced for what they gave you, and maybe that's because they were just trying to get their foot in the door, kind of thing. I don't know though. It was everything from appetizers onward was $20 plus.
Yeah,
how were the peaks?
Not great.
I mean,
I mean, average for our town, or
no? It's I don't know. Me and Angelique thought that there might have been one good-looking gal, and she was behind the bar. All the other gals were.
That makes sense. You would absolutely put her behind the bar. That's the smartest place to put the number one gal.
It's paying that money.
It's not a place that It's not a place I'm returning for food and for.
No, I had one experience there. Spent way too much money between shots and food, and was just like, okay, I can go to the Tide, have a better time, be even more rowdy. Yeah, I could just. It's a better presence. It's a better
prices.
Yeah, and
better all around.
There you go. So Tide, we are a Tide pod, but we do, Tide man. Pod. We show out for the Flowing Tide. That's probably my most consistent favorite,
great local spot.
Yeah.
Well, we went so I took Chuck to Old Southwest Club.
Yeah, shout to that. That was dope. That place was delicious.
We went golfing at DeAndrea. Chuck's first time out, long time, was a good time. Course was beautiful.
Yeah, and I only put a handful of divots. Okay, so I wasn't as
you don't
shit.
Gotta explain yourself.
I wasn't as shit as I had some shit shots. Don't get me wrong, but I had a couple of good ones too, man. It felt good. The good
ones make up for everything.
Man, you feel like a superhero until the next lineup, and you're like, just do that again, and then you top that ball, and you're like, I'm gonna go punch a baby. I am so mad right now. I will go put a hole through a fence right now. God damn. damn it. But no, it was good. It was good. Johnny kept me calm. Johnny was like, we all suck. It's okay, Chuck. And he was playing great. Johnny played excellent. You played very, very well yourself.
I have had 2
You got to get rid of them putting issues.
My putting woes are not good right now.
You'd get approach in 3 and 4, and then you do 3-putt on every green.
I 3-putted almost all day again.
Josh had a fucking 40-foot putt, dude. It was crazy. Yeah, dude, it was beautiful. Just like
Johnny.
No, that was Josh. Yeah, big
Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny had a chip that was close to the hole.
It was gorgeous from like 150 out.
Josh had a putt that was deep, and then I had easily the longest.
Some whack-a-moles. You had one that we found that was close to like 3.
It was over 3.
You think so?
Yeah, we weren't.
That
very
one
far.
that you didn't play, the one that was over by the sand trap.
No, the one that was straight down where we were straight down the goalie.
Okay.
And then Johnny's second ball was just a little bit in front of me.
Right after his second shot.
Yeah.
It was after his second shot.
Shot.
Okay. That's right.
That was the one. And then the one that we hit uphill, remember 8? If that wouldn't have been uphill, that ball might have been the farthest.
That line drive.
It was just uphill, and it wasn't able to. Like,
you didn't rise.
If that course wouldn't have been if that hole wouldn't have been uphill, that might have been.
If that would have been a downhill one, that would have gone for fucking miles.
That one
that thing was a laser, dude.
But good time out there, and it was a beautiful course. Sights were just amazing playing up in that area. You see all of like downtown Reno. You got the mountains. Just a really nice venue, really nice course.
Yeah, and shout out to the staff. They were all good too. We got our carts literally dropped off. We got out of the car and homeboy had the cart like on our hip and was like, "Hey, welcome guys." We're like, "Thank you." How great is this?
But we were up there Saturday morning and did not see a couple of the games, but we're about to get into them because a lot of movement.
College was crazy.
College.
Sure.
One thing I want to we kind of talked a little bit about this before you got here, Trev, and we've talked about this last two pods about the rankings, about maybe not doing them here. Them moving and dropping teams and moving teams
so drastically
is crazy.
Illinois lost 14 spots, dude.
Utah's out of the rankings, and they were 16 against Texas Tech. How do you drop people this far and then raise Indiana from like 19 to almost in the top? Like you're dropping people way far. Illinois from in the top 10 to 23. I know they got smoked, but that's a long fucking way to fall.
It seems like overcorrections because of like we've talked about. It's really hard to rank a team at the beginning of the season. No games have been played.
Oh, it's all
a lot
promise.
of moving pieces. Right. It's all like it's really just history. It's history, and that doesn't mean anything in a new season.
The hype machine. Dude, Arch Manning was supposed to be the Heisman favorite, right?
Number one draft pick.
Yeah, if he triple crowns, everybody's ready to anoint this guy because he's a Manning. And, I won't give you – I know that you had your skepticism of him. You were always a detractor of his throwing abilities, and it's coming out. He is not very accurate. Anyway.
I think he's handled it right, though.
Yeah, he's been a good kid.
Obviously, he's taking his time, and he wasn't, challenging Ewers at the beginning, and it just kind of makes sense for the slower start, developing more, talking about coming back again for the following season in college because he does have some growing to do. He is not the finished product that the name on the back of his jersey is everyone's proclaiming him to be.
But not even like a thrower as of what Eli was at Ole Miss.
True. No. Oh, yeah. No, Eli at least still had a cannon.
He is definitely not the same as the other college man,
and they were so accurate. That's what you have to be. You put the ball where you want to put the ball. And he had a better game last game, but they also didn't play anybody again. They start their stuff here in a little bit.
He's been hit and miss.
Could you imagine this is a way sidebar, but my noggin is going here, so I'm gonna
go.
Could you imagine if the 1 and 2 of that 99 draft flipped and the Colts took Leaf and the Chargers got to land Manning? Could you see where the NFL landscape would be today? It'd be so fucking different. Like
that's hard to even.
It is. You can't even processize that, but it was that close. Do you remember how close that conversation was? That Leaf could have been number 1 overall. So good job on the Colts getting that pick right, dude.
Well, and how that would have changed everything too because of how those franchises
went after that. Yeah.
So who knows?
Let's get into some of the games we called out. Texas Tech at that point was number 17 at Utah.
Let's go. My pick for the Big 12.
34-10. They put a lot of that up in the fourth quarter. I think they scored 20.
They broke away. Yeah, they broke away at the end. That is correct.
But Texas Tech jumps up, and they jump up pretty far in the rankings. And then
top of the Big 12, yeah.
But Utah goes all the way out of the rankings, and that's like the thing. How do you go from like 16? Texas Tech went up to 12, so they went from 17 to 12, but Utah went all the way out.
I think that's just proof that the committee doesn't know what they're doing at this point of the season.
No, this is the AP.
Oh, the AP.
Yeah.
Well, any of the rankings at this point.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
This is AP at this point.
I think this is where, okay, like you said, overcorrection was the word you used, right, Money? So I don't disagree with that because maybe they're trying to quantify it like this is when it does, like week 3, week 4, once again, when you do have an idea. Some teams have played real schedules. Other teams have still played mostly lollipoppers, dude. So you're going to get into the thick of things here in these next couple of weeks when these conference games come.
Dude, we got some super crazy games to talk about next week. Another good game. Oklahoma or Auburn at OU, 70-24.
We knew that was going to be a good game.
OU comes out on top. Auburn, Hugh Freeze is like 1-14 against ranked teams as the Auburn coach, or 1-8 or something crazy.
Unacceptable.
Right now, I was telling Chuck this last night. That kid Mater has got to be one of the top Heismans, and I think even CJ Carr. I know he's 1-2 at Notre Dame, but dude, they put up 56, 40 something, and 27. And he is a true freshman, so. But the Mater kid right now is probably got to be almost number 1 on everybody's Heisman board at this point. I know we're only 4 weeks in, but I don't know who else has played better than him, and he's beaten good teams.
And odds are probably not too bad on taking him up on if you're going to bet that part this time of the season too. If you want him to win the Heisman, that might not be a bad bet.
They got a gauntlet they still have to go through, right now he's played really well. Good. And I'm going to shout you out again, T. You called that. Good job, brother.
Again, just having him and the offensive coordinator both come from Washington State, just that already having that them being on the same page, and then it's easy to get everybody else in line. And, I mean, Venables is going to get that defense better.
And they've been solid.
Yeah. So it just made a lot of sense. I mean, some things are just – you look at it and it makes sense. And it did to me, at least. I thought they could be a contender. I don't know.
Contender.
Yeah. I'm not –
You could have been somebody, right? You could have been.
I think they could be the playoff team. I don't know if they'll go anywhere, but we'll see how the rest of the season goes. Like we were saying, a lot of difficult teams still coming up.
Well, they being that they're in the
So they jumped to 7. So they went from 11 to 7 with that.
Because they haven't played LSU or Bama
but they've shown for
Georgia
this season.
But they got to win the games.
And they started out with like a good. They actually played like at least.
No, I'm not saying they're playing lollipoppers. No. They just haven't hit the mid of their conference yet, which is fucking. The SEC is a blessing and a curse for that, right? Like if you can get through it, then you're going to look like you are one of the best teams in the nation, but you can get smashed week in and week out.
Next game, which South Carolina lost at Missouri 20-29, and Norris
he played, right? Yeah.
So it wasn't like they were playing their backup quarterback. South Carolina losing this game, losing the week before. This has ended South Carolina's season.
That is losing some serious juice.
Their schedule coming up too, and with Norris getting all the hype that he's getting, like a lot of people are talking about him being like being the top quarterback. And I get it, like he has flashes, but it's really hard to say that
him and
early in the
Nussmeier
season
right now are 1 and 1A.
Such different quarterbacks as well, right? So it's all dependent upon what you build your offense around.
So can South Carolina be one of those teams that's going to beat somebody at the end of the year?
Yeah, they could play spoiler for 1,000,000%. Yeah. They still have the ability to be competitive within the SEC, but the national picture gets very shaky.
With 2 losses right now.
Immediately,
and who you still have to face.
You want to know who's out of the goddamn playoffs is our boy Dabo Sweeney out in fucking
wow. I'm glad you went there. I didn't write that down.
I know. I need to. I know we didn't talk about it, so we need to bring it the fuck up.
I am done with him.
Get him out.
DUN.
He should be fired after he went on the tirade about you. I've been winning.
You don't want to win anymore. You can just kick me on down the road.
And then you lost to Syracuse. This should have been the team
Syracuse.
to do it.
Even in the past.
And unfortunately, their quarterback popped his Achilles in that game. So they were on their second string quarterback halfway through the game, and they still couldn't come back and beat that team.
So it's your coaching staff that you've brought in as of recently. When you lost Venables, you lost your offense coordinator. You have not replaced either of those positions well. Your quarterback,
use the transfer portal
your quarterback should be one of the best, and his numbers actually were better this week. You guys don't score any points.
It's all bad.
And it's because you don't have the transfers. Your number one receiver gets hurt. You don't bring anybody else in. You know why your defense is leaky? Because you don't go get transfer.
Yeah. I mean,
you have the seniors there, but that's it. And
the Dabo's got to be done. Changed, dude.
You were done. You're getting passed up by Miami. Florida State's about to pass you up.
I think this is good though, for maybe Clemson in the long run, because with all the hype that they came in with this season and how Dabo is how this season is going,
Mr. Swaney.
It's just. I feel like you're getting pushed for them to make the change because of what's going on. It's so bad right now there.
You don't go from, like, you even referenced, he's like, we went to 4 national champions, 1, 2. Right, exactly. So the standard is fucking high, Dabo.
But you haven't been awful.
Very bad recently.
And last year you snuck in
a conference that is not super thick.
We fucked that pick up.
Yep. Yeah, we all fucked that one up. We got that one way wrong.
We chased.
Next game was a big game. Florida at Miami. Miami ends up pulling away 26-7.
I do have my winner still available.
Miami all the way up to 2 in the polls now.
Because I have OSU.
Let's go.
I hate to.
Carson Beck flying up the draft board.
I bet because he can play his way into a really good draft position too.
When you watch him play the position of quarterback, the way he drops back, the way he moves in the pocket, he moves like a Joe Burrow, where he knows how to slide, but he's not the runner. You know, I'm not saying he is Joe, but that's how he moves.
Well, we don't want to. Unfortunately,
good pocket presence.
Good pocket presence. Yes, good pocket.
No show Joe, man. He never on the goddamn field.
Well, we'll get to that in the second segment, there, Charlie. Hold up.
Foreshadowing.
But Miami bye this week. I think they have a bye unless they don't play a ranked team. But then next week's Florida State. Dude, that's huge.
Florida State, Miami
next weekend.
Ooh,
number
good.
8, number 2.
Battle of Florida.
Florida State has Virginia. Did I say they have Virginia, Charlie?
Yes, yeah.
So Miami gets a dub there. Another ranked game. Number 9 Illinois at number 19 Indiana. Indiana wins 63-10.
Yeah.
Indiana jumped all the way up to 11, and Illinois fell all the way to 23 with that.
Bonkers. Too much. Too much for one game to matter that much. Especially ranked on ranked.
And you were at their house,
It's an ass whooping. I get it. It's a 50 burger. You got absolutely wrecked. But what does that say about the rest of the Illinois season so far? Right? That, like, if they were the 9th team overall based off of their schedule right before that game, how are they the 23rd now? That is not conceivable.
Yeah, what did
the math ain't mathin', as they say.
Math is bad. We bad at math.
What did you see to put them at 9?
Not exactly.
All of a sudden now is so bad.
One bad game, probably some turnovers, probably some bad penalties, things that when a game goes bad, dude. Like, and it
real bad.
It can quick, because then you can't course correct, and if the other team is just piling it on, all the momentum. If they make that a consistent pattern, then obviously you drop them out. Or if, like, they come back next week and are super shaky.
Well, they got a tough game next week. We'll get into that.
I'm sure Big Ten is not a fucking
next game was another Big Ten game, and it was a game that that one team needed to step up and their fan base needed to step up, and they did not. Number 21 Michigan at Nebraska. 30-27 Michigan. Nebraska
chances.
They had chances.
They clawed back into that game.
They needed to win that game for that, like, brand
program.
Yeah, that whole end, that red end. You have not been good forever. That needed to be the way to. You were 3-0. Going to be, if you'd have won 4-0, working your way in. Now you're just the same Nebraska that you've been for the last. Since, like, Eric Crouch was
25 years, dude. It's basically been since the turn of the century. They were elite in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and they once it happened to 2000, they just like.
It's like the last Eric Crouch team was the last elite team.
It was crazy how quick the fall off happened too. Yeah, well, that's when they were still in the fucking Big 12.
Correct.
They should have been able to still win some more titles or play some better games or whatever, but they.
I also wanted to throw out there, I mean, I know it wasn't a big game at all, but South Florida bouncing back, I still like them to be like that 12th team.
They should be in their American Conference schedule now, so that will help them out.
If they can,
dude, shout out to them for taking on some dogs, dude. For going out and playing fucking Miami and Florida and Boise State and going 2-1 in that run is nuts. Yeah, like shout out to you guys. The schedulers at that campus fucking want to see some competition, dude.
All right, so you ready for probably the hottest week yet in college football?
Hot like fire.
Week 5 is super hot. So let's start with lower ranked Big Ten matchup.
Okay.
Number 21 USC, undefeated at number 23 Illinois.
Is SC back?
We'll see. I mean, I don't know. Defense look good. Offense looks very good.
What do you guys think about Lincoln Riley?
As SC fans, this is the year. If he can't do it this year,
I feel like he's just faltered almost every year. Has it been 3 years?
You should be recruiting better. This is the year.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with Zach. Like, this is kind of a make or break year for him. He's been there a while now.
I think the shine
things
is
have got to turn.
Right?
Well, you got to start turning. You can't just your offensive line. You haven't. This is the best offensive line they've had since he's been there. We ran the fuck out of the football the other day.
Let's go.
Jaden Mayave, it does what he needs. He's not electric like Caleb or electric like some of the USC quarterbacks, but he does exactly what is needed.
That's what.
And the defensive line has finally been there. So you finally have fixed the two things that you have not fixed it forever. So your offensive line, and this game against Illinois, they were number 9. We get them here. That's a good win at USC, and it's a good win for whoever wins this game. It's a nice win for them to keep moving on. You got Big 12 matchups. You know, it's a good win for whatever team. Next game, huge. I guess it is pretty huge SEC matchup. Number 4 LSU fell back 1 this week at number 13 Ole Miss. Ole Miss has got some offensive firepower.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. I haven't been on Ole Miss coming into the season, so I don't know if I'm late on that train. But I'm really hesitant to think that they are what their ranking says they are.
I'm more hesitant to thinking that LSU's that
I'm
way.
a detractor of Lane Kiffin, so in no way, shape, or form am I going to try to pull for that. Dude.
I love Lane, so.
I do like Lane. LSU, though, is kind of like the defense has been better. But we knew.
Well, it had to be because they're only putting up like 17 fucking points. Nussmeier's got to figure it out.
That's or the offensive. What they were supposed to be great at, they've been okay at, and it's the defense that's actually.
They've been meddling on offense at best. It looks kind of. Sometimes they look like they don't know what the hell's going on. It's crazy.
That's why against this game, if you can't play offense and all of a sudden Ole Miss hits you for a couple quick touchdowns,
that's true, man. If they torch you over the top, if they open up that back
where are you at now? All of a sudden, you know,
you down 17-3 real quick or some shit, right?
And then you can't score.
Right. Yeah. No. Boom or bust plays. You got to throw a couple in there, right? Because if they hit, man, they can flip the whole game script. Like
I saw some of that in the NFL today. We'll
talk about punch. The NFL was excellent today on some games. Some games are absolute fucking blowouts.
Special teams had some big misses for some teams today.
Or big come-ups. Yeah, on the defensive side of the ball, some special teams were elite.
Next game. It would have been ranked until Auburn lost, but Auburn at number 9, Texas A&M. I think this is just good matchup for Texas A&M. Are they legit?
Nice SEC matchup.
It'd be good to see if Auburn can bounce back too, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a storied program. But
yeah,
this is easily the best game of the weekend.
Lay it on us, Downey.
Number 6 Oregon at number 3 Penn State. This is huge for both Oregon and Penn State.
Yeah.
This is Penn State legit?
They don't exist. And no, there's no pack anything.
Is Penn State legit? Where's Oregon legit? What does each of these teams look like? This game, this is my game of the week.
Measuring stick.
Let's hope this is better than the game last year between Oregon and Ohio State. You remember that game?
Well, the second one.
Awful.
The first one was really good.
Yeah, it was the second one. That's correct. It was the playoff game.
I think this is huge for both teams. Oregon,
I agree.
Oregon's been looking good.
Right.
Penn State's supposed to be the team,
and they haven't. They've been winning, but they haven't been.
And they've been playing Nevada, and FIU.
Yeah.
And
this is the test right here.
This is the first one for sure.
This is the big one.
And what time? Do you have the time on that kickoff? Is that the afternoon game or
that should be the 4:30 game?
Yep. So that
because the other 4:30
West
game,
Coast.
Right? The other 4:30 game is number 17 Alabama at number 5 Georgia.
Nice.
That's huge too.
That's
good.
Classic.
Week 5.
That's classic.
Good on you, week 5.
That's just like, that's like current classic, as it were.
Current classic, but where are we at now that Alabama started? They look like shit. They've looked pretty good.
We'll see.
This and now you're going up against Georgia, right?
It's not to say
and
that
same with Georgia, though.
Right, that's true. I think either of these teams can win. There is no real certainty in college football right now. Ohio State seems pretty good. Like we said, Oregon seems like they're pretty good. Maybe I'm shaky on Penn State at this point. Like, I don't know if the top 5 is even worth a damn, really. I think we're going to see some serious things change when we get into these crazy inter-conference. And that's why the shifting of all of these teams is for these exact headlines that we're giving you. You're going to hear for the next 6 weeks, 7 weeks in college football, elite college conference matchups in the Big Ten and the SEC. You're going to get at least 2 to 3 a week because of the way the teams line out. There's no that's how it's going to work. So.
And Miami, Florida State in 2 weeks is like a massive
ACC hasn't had that big of a game in a minute. So Florida State, do your job and beat Virginia.
Castellanos got hurt in that game. I got to check to see what he got. He got rolled up on.
How hurt? Ooh.
He got rolled up on. He limped off. He limped off by himself though. But man, he's played great for them, and that would be a bum going in because they got Virginia this week. That's not going to be an easy matchup. And then you got to go. I don't know if you're in Miami, but then it's Miami, Florida State, ACC. That's huge because I think that's the last 2 teams that they each play. Like they're, you know what I'm saying? Like ranked wise, I don't know, who else they would have on their schedule.
0-3 Kansas City. That's it. Second quarter.
Dude, Giants defense is good.
Giants, Kansas City going on right now.
Yeah, 0-3.
Sounds like a barn burner.
Ah,
we did have other big news in college football this week.
Lay it on me.
Transfer portal.
Yes.
The divisional admin committee voted to eliminate the spring window.
I'm so in favor of
but
that.
Has not signed off on the January 2nd to 11 as the lone portal, which needs to happen because last year the portal was December 9th through 28th. Guys were getting in the portal as their teams were playing in the fucking thing because after that they couldn't do it. The backup for Penn State, he's like, I got to go. I only have 1 year left. I got to enter for the transfer portal.
Got to get that right.
This year, the January 2nd would be 1 day after the quarterfinals. And if you're on a team that's playing in the CFP, you have 5 days after you lose after your final game. Because if you win, you still, whoever wins, you have 5 days. So you have 5 days after your final game to get in the transfer portal. So you won't have any of this jumping out.
That's bad for the product. And the NCAA obviously identified that. I promise you that was the driving factor right there. It's just madness. They need to get a hold of this. I'm not against the ideas, but it's got to be more regulated.
I like this
Sometimes
a lot more.
It's just it felt like a free for all those first 2 years, right?
Dude, you feel bad for the backup quarterback, right? You're like, dude, he's got 1 year left. I'm gonna go play somewhere.
He did what he had to do.
Right, but then if say Allard gets hurt, then you're gonna do your third or fourth string, and you're
wide
like,
receiver,
fuck,
dude.
That sucked.
You're running option offense for the rest of the game.
It sucks for both entities, the player and the team.
I promise you that player didn't want to enter at that time. I bet you.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm sure they wanted to see it through at that school and then get into the transfer portal, but
got to fix it.
Well, that's what they're trying to do.
This is a step closer.
I think that, coming up with the full-blown committee, trying to do that. They are trying to hone it in, which thank God, because it felt more like the Wild West than it ever has. It felt free agency every year. Free agency every 6 months, it felt like in college football after all this shit dropped with the 2 different transfer portals and NIL money just coming and going. It was just like anytime you could hear these schools picking up these crazy recruits or whatever, they've got to make it more of a seasonal and a situated thing where it works for both the campuses and the student athletes or the athletes period. Correct. Right now, I guess they take away the student.
Yeah, that's flipped a little bit.
Yeah, no, it doesn't even matter. What you're studying, I guess you'll figure it out. Whatever,
it's athlete student.
No, yeah, whatever you're studying, we'll figure out at your next school, and then your next school, and then your next school, and then your third school in 4 years. Your credits carry. Cool. I don't know. Cool. I just cool. That's part of the logistics. I really don't understand, but I think it. Get that money. I'd leave. I would. I was about to say I'd stay at a school. No, dude. If a big boy came a knocking and was going to triple or quadruple my salary, I'm signing that contract.
I don't know.
Mama got to eat.
Hey, I mean, if you're that good though, pros, you're not. I mean, that's a conversation. It just really depends on, there's a lot of different factors that play into that.
Yeah, how many zeros are at the end of that check? That's the factors.
For some, not for everyone.
I know, I get it. I do, I understand. But I think that everybody has a price. If somebody came and knocking and you were making $800,000 and somebody's going to be like, we'll get you $10 million to transfer.
It's not open shut. I don't think it's as open and shut as you're playing it out to be. I understand money's going to be the driving force, and that's going to pull a lot of players.
I'll be back in a year, $10 million richer. Like, even if I flame out, they owe me this money.
But location matters, coaching matters.
You know what I'm trying to?
Program matters.
You know what I want to?
Education should matter.
I want to become a head coach in the NFL and do really good for 1 year and then get fired the following year, so that I have a contract under my belt.
So you're getting paid when you're not working,
and then you can go and double dip. You step down, get less responsibility, go be a coordinator, and get paid more millions, dude. That's the way. Dream. That is the job, dude. That is the job.
Be a loser, Chuck. That's.
Well played.
No, dude, it's just using the chessboard to your advantage,
or just win.
Some player,
you could just be a thug. You could just be Andy Reid and just win a whole lot. Or Dabo Swinney, all would do is win. You can fire me and kick me on down the road.
I'm 55 and still coaching.
I'm a man. I'm just getting to where I'm good
to win the games. Come on.
You play to win the game. That's great, Herm. Great sports. A little off track.
Well, Charlie, let us know how many bombs your boys got.
58. He went yard tonight. We're on Sunday Night Baseball. We were up 7-1 as of the starting of recording. Yeah, we dropped 7 runs in. Yeah, he's crushing it. 60 seems feasible. We got 6 games left. 1 in 3 games for the. Yeah, that seems feasible. It'd be awesome if he just goes on a tear, but I mean, it's either way. Like, we're playing good team ball. We're playing excellent defense right now. Our pitching staff is finally kind of catching up. Like, we're getting hot right where we need to be. I appreciate
good
you.
Time.
It is. Now we got to sustain it, because don't get into the playoffs running hot and then just immediately fizzle out. Right? Yeah.
So I think.
Because real quick, we won't get 1 and 2 in the AL is pretty much sewn up, and those are what gets the bye. So we're basically, we're competing for the 3 seed overall. But we'd still mean to have to play the wild card or the opening series.
I think he's still going to finish number 2 in MVP.
I wouldn't disagree.
I think Aaron hitting 326, and he's at 49 bombs. He'll get to 50. And I think the thing that won Aaron the MVP was when he was hurt. And the Yankees sucked.
And then he came back, and the Yankees don't suck so much anymore, do they?
And they caught on fire.
It's important.
I think that really was the
defining
moment of the season. Even though he got hurt, and you're like, oh shit, is Cal going to take the jump over him at that point? But then he comes back.
I want to see some heavier consideration for Raleigh, though.
I think it's 1 and 2, and I don't think there's a third. I think it's an easy 1-2 vote. I just don't think he gets Aaron hitting 326 and still at 49 bombs.
How many games did he miss? Was it like 20?
No, it was like 14-ish.
15?
10 to 14.
Okay.
But I just think with him doing that and then coming back and they're good, I think that was your kind of.
Do you think it also be real? Do you think it also applies because it's Yankees or New York versus Seattle in the sense of like the media is going to lean towards the pinstripes?
Maybe it might.
Media has that sway,
especially in baseball, right? Like they really love to champion the blue bloods in baseball, and in certain cases, yeah, it's true. But in certain cases, it's quite justified. But like the Yankees have such a shine on them as far as like that NY might be. Well, I don't know. The Dodgers logo might be more recognizable at this point. But
yeah, I'm glad you brought
between the NY and that LA though, that's probably the two best logos.
I'm glad you brought up that Dodgers logo.
Okay,
are you glad about that?
Well, not really.
What happened? What happened though?
Shohei goes over 50.
Oh, yeah.
He's at 53 right now.
Goddamn.
He's the first person in Major League history to have over 50 home runs and 50 strikeouts in the same season, like as a pitcher. We say it's every time we talk about him. But we are not. We are seeing something. And I think we're even seeing something with Aaron. And now Cal And you get these, like, Soto kind of has come on, which I don't like him at all. He's definitely, I'd put him on the
Mets are in contention for a playoff
We'll
spot,
get there in a sec. They fell out there for a little bit. But we're also seeing a lot of these young guys. Look at all the dudes on this list. Kyle Schwarber. Your guy, the Suarez guy. Suarez.
Yeah.
Jacob Wilson, our shortstop, second in batting average. We're looking at Paul Skeens, talking about him winning the Cy Young after he won a Rookie of the Year. We are seeing this
being above 500.
We're seeing this young movement of players in baseball right now, and I fucking love it.
We need it. You need that injection of youth. It's what's going to keep the game, pushing forward. I will say I think the MLB has done a better job recently in getting younger. Like the Little League World Series has always been a big deal, right? Which is cool. So you always have a young crop of kids that are kind of into it. But I feel like them and the NBA have really pulled kids into the formula, right? Which is a super successful method to keep the product going. I've been watching a lot of MLB ball just because the fucking Mariners are right there, and I want it, you guys. I want it so bad.
I have it on all the time, whether it's MLB channel or the A's.
Regional or you get the A's games. So.
And I'm like super proud of my A's. I'm not proud of the fucker up there named John Fisher, but the way that those players have played this year, we got such a young up and coming. I just can't wait. Get a little pitching. I think we're going to be making a push. But going back to the standings, wild card right now is New York's up 3.5, so they basically have that top wild card kind of sewed up. Next is Boston, but they're only a game up on Houston, which is only a half game up on Cleveland.
Pretty close.
So Indians.
It's an acceptable name.
The Guardians are right there. They could see it. That'd be so sick if the Guardians snuck in over the Red Sox and or the Astros. Dude, I don't care which one. I can't want them both in. But then obviously you got, like Charlie said, Toronto and Detroit are basically
They're
1 and 2.
They're locks now.
Detroit did go on a little losing streak there for a little bit. And they're actually only a game up. No, they're not. They're only a game up on Cleveland.
Oh,
Detroit has fallen back down.
Okay.
Right now, you guys actually are the number 2 seed behind Toronto, who's basically locked up to 1.
Oh, my God.
Toronto is 90 and 66. Okay. You guys are 86 and 69, so you're not probably catching them. But Detroit has gone through the really bad losing streak. They're 1 and 9 their last 10.
Oh, bro, I got to start paying more attention.
They're 85 and 71.
Then. Okay.
Ace started some of that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to check my live score now. You keep on keeping on.
It's been an interesting, dude. I love baseball, and I love that it's been a great year again. Let's get to Trev's NL because I misspoke last week and said that I thought the Giants are out.
No,
they are not
They
out.
are not out.
Hanging on by a thread.
Right now, you guys went through a losing streak, Trev, because you guys are 3 back in the wild card. So Chicago Cubs have wrapped up the first wild card.
Okay.
They're 8 up. The next team is San Diego, who's 5 up. So they basically wrapped up the second wild card. Fighting for the third wild card.
Still 7-1.
Cincy and the Mets are tied at 80 and 76. Arizona Diamondbacks, after trading Naylor and Suarez, are still in the fucking hunt at 79 and 70.
That was a misplay by the D-backs big time. Oh, my God.
Dude, I mean, you're right there. That team has fought for years now. They've just been a really, that coach has got them fighting there. Seem to always be in it. And then you got your Giants 3 games back, Trev. You guys are
we're
3
close.
and 7, 3 and 7 in your last 10.
I feel like we're just gonna fall short. I mean, I want to watch my team again. I love watching my team play as long as they can. I have my doubts that this is the year.
I poured this like shit.
Mine's not too bad.
I need to wait a second. Sorry,
I got
fellas.
it.
I was talking about baseball. Leading in the NL though right now.
Don't be looking at me. You say some shit like that.
Leading in the NL, the Phillies are 12 up on the Mets, so the Phillies have basically taken that division 92 and 64. Brewers are 95 and 61. They've won the Central, so those are your 1 and 2 seeds. Dodgers are 88 and 68, so they're basically the 3 seed. There's still 6-7 games left, so you could change, but I doubt you do. I bet the Phillies are number 2 and the Brewers are number 1.
Yeah, Phillies, man. You gotta finish pouring that beer though, so we can cheers.
I'm working on it. I did a bad job.
Bad job. It's still a bad job.
I know.
Jeez.
Well, it wasn't gonna fix.
3 pour.
It wasn't going to fix itself once it was bad until
that's a commercial beer is what that is, right? That's how they show. That's how they show it to you in the commercial, and you're like,
they shouldn't.
You're like, this
is the pour right here.
Sure.
I didn't start it good, and then I just finished it, which doesn't help. You can't finish a bad pour. You excuse yourself, Charlie.
It's important, but
that's
not that much. And
cheers, boys.
I know that there's none there.
Cheers.
I had a really beautiful head to begin with, and then it
disappeared pretty quick.
It did.
Mine's hanging around.
Coasted off.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers. I'm Mojave Red. Oh yeah, you can tell that's a lager over an ale.
Yeah.
Small batch.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, is it sweet to you guys? Is that the end of the stout that got maybe we didn't wash our glasses out, or
could be? I need another taste.
That was a very sweet flavor for a red lager. Let me see.
So we got the Mojave Red Indian Wells Brewing Company.
Yeah, it's got a sweet rattlesnake on the front of it.
Dude, either the end of that stout coated my glass, but that is a sweet beer. It's kind of odd. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad, but it just has this really tanginess to it on my tongue.
I got that too. Again, yeah, we didn't rinse the glasses, but I'm getting
I would say it's mostly the fucking.
I mean, it is kind of that darker color being the red lager.
Yeah.
So maybe that's part of it.
It's not a bad beer. Don't get me wrong.
like it.
I enjoy it. I'm just saying the flavor profile seems different than what I thought it was going to be. And that's okay, I suppose.
Easy drinker.
It's an easy drinker. What's the percentage on this?
What did it say? It was I just gotta tell you.
Does it?
It doesn't. Well, it should. Each bottle should have it marked. It does not, though. They are out of Inyokern, California. Yeah, no, I don't see.
No, I don't see it either.
I read the whole label multiple times.
Yep.
I would say based off of flavor, and I can generally get you pretty close.
I'd say 5.5.
I would say 5.5, 5.7, no more than 6.
Yep.
Yeah. Dude, I think it's less. I think it's less than that.
Because that back end of it kind
range.
of thing, you're okay. I mean, you cannot be far off.
We'll have to look at the 6-pack that's in the fridge or the box that's on the counter.
Something like that.
Not bad though. No. Different beer.
Yeah, dude, was not prepared for that said flavor profile, but not a bad beer. Not desperate.
Last thing,
we still got to find one more of them.
We do need to find one more. Try to get them off the shit list.
Mm-hmm.
Last thing in the first segment, we went over the Kawhi Leonard stuff last week.
Yeah,
and there's been one more thing that's come out. It's more of a timeline of it, which makes it look really bad.
As soon as he got paid, he started playing.
Well, no, it's like when they signed the deal,
right?
Then the money's been deposited by Ballmer, and then every time he got like a deal, there was more money. You can look on Yahoo, look it up, but it really shows the payments come within the company, but all the payments that Ballmer's making to the company is when the company's already in like a financial dire situation. So they already are known, and he's got people that look that shit up. He's not just going to invest in a company that's already in a dire situation financially. So that like makes it look even worse too.
Yeah, no, there's red flags everywhere on this.
Or were.
Dirty laundry.
There's too much smoke for there not to be some fire somewhere. And unfortunately, the information seems very damning, right? It seems very manipulative, very behind it. Like they knew what they were doing.
The numbers really line up too well, dude.
It's just too shady, dude.
Google it and look up the timeline. We went over some of the timeline last time about the other guy. Was it Chang, the other owner?
He had admitted to manipulating the cap before.
But we had all those other. Yeah, okay. So we talked about Dennis Wong investing $2 million, but there's this whole timeline. Ballmer invests $50 million. Clippers announced deal with Aspiration. Clippers send $3 million to Aspiration for carbon credits. Clippers send $32 million. Leonard signs a $28 million deal with Aspiration. Clippers send $20 million. Leonard gets a 1.7 pay.
Ballmer
like, these
is
numbers
an absolute fucking billionaire, though. I mean, it's a drop in the hat for that guy. But
exactly, and that's why I feel like you gotta come down hard on this.
I do too, because this is
such it's so
dirty with the cap.
It is.
It's
so dirty.
You have the CBA signed for a reason. You have the cap there for a reason.
You know exactly what you're doing every step of the way. You know how illegal that you can't possibly say, "Oh, we didn't know what we were doing." That is a calculated plan that they put into place. It's the same concept of what the Houston Astros did by banging on some trash cans.
Because otherwise he was cheating. You cheated getting him. It's a cheated
system. Yes, correct. You are not playing within the confines of how it is drawn up. Like, that is against the rules. You should be punished.
Yeah, this is NCAA pre-transfer portal.
Oh, yeah, you have right. You have permissions, and they gave you things that you shouldn't have, and
yeah, there is a lot.
You got a dinner bought for you. A coach bought you a dinner,
and there's got to be.
But there has to be repercussions because this is the pro CBA. This is like real money. Because how many other? Because then are they going to start? We're going to find out that somebody else did this with somebody else's team. Like, where is this going to go? Like, right now, it's only Clippers and Kawhi, but that's not saying that another team has done it to get another star.
Sure. And again, I mean, they have to follow the trail. They have to present all the evidence, and they if everything falls in line, they have to make an example.
I don't think that's gonna. I am 80-20 that the Clippers get a slap on the hand type fucking fine. I want it to be I want him, like you said, Trev. Trev wanted to bring the fucking hammer down last week. Bring it down. I don't think it comes down. I think it's very easy. I don't
disagree with you because that is very basketball.
No, I'm not.
Really, look at the commissioner.
You're not wrong.
How everything is going. Like,
you don't get.
We want our players out there. We want to bring in the money, and we're not going to worry about the rest. And this is the rest. And it's
the hammer should
so foul.
I think
so dirty.
Simply because, well, not simply because, but I think the biggest factor is how superstar driven the NBA is, and if you start clasping down on
and
the
they go so soft.
I'm not saying they don't, and I think that they should be punished accordingly. I'm not saying it's right or it's fair. What I'm saying is when the 1% in that group starts getting damned, the rest of the NBA is not going to be okay with it. Like,
I mean, NFL at times, Roger Goodell has come down hard, and maybe we don't agree with a lot of things.
No, I don't disagree with that. What I'm trying to say, though, is it's such a smaller pool of dudes in the NBA than there are in the NFL or the MLB or in the NHL or in any other professional. So when you start coming at the Kawhis, the Kyries, the Lukas, the LeBrons, hey
man, but you're talking about Luka, bro.
I'm not saying anybody's
MVP,
coming at him. But I'm just saying when you start, like, I want them to drop the gavel too, my friend. Okay, I'm not saying that. Like,
I want a full-year suspension.
I would respect and I would watch more the NBA back. If they come down hard on this.
I agree.
If you give me that soft, we have all this evidence, but he's a star player.
Bad on you. Slap on the wrist.
And that's what I'm worried it's going to be.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
I wouldn't. That ending doesn't surprise me. Not the ending we all want.
Why am I going to watch these 82 games?
Well, you're also not even going to do that because, didn't they also started signing contracts where only like 8 or 10 teams were going to play like primetime games in the upcoming years or some shit? Like the percentages of the teams that are actually being broadcasted is like minimal.
Well, there was 3 or 4 teams that aren't actually being broadcasted.
Was that it?
Something like that.
And then like most of them got like 2 to 4 games or some shit, like not even that much. And then you had like some teams that have like 20 or 30.
Kind of sidebar
Lakers
here a little bit.
Sure.
NFL has some dirty things that are in the league.
Ooh, dirty. Lay it on me.
They still will follow up and come down on certain areas.
I would say
make it at least seem respectable. It doesn't even seem respectable in the NBA. If you're just gonna give them like Nothing. It's just a brush off.
Hey, just sit down. Don't practice for 3 weeks. Oh, okay, cool.
I was going to take those
I wasn't
time
gonna
off
anyway.
Well, that's the thing with Kawhi too. If you suspend him for half the year, isn't he going to be hurt for half the year?
Oh, my ankle.
It's time
my
he was
knee.
going to miss anyway.
Oh, my back. Yeah.
Such a bad look.
Well, we're gonna take a break. Go check the score of the football game. Come back with some NFL talk. This week, ladies and gentlemen, we have not betted good. We might have to revisit how we're doing this. Maybe take some overs and unders.
Our QBs, we're staying the goddamn course.
But our QBs rule the world. We need the last 2 games to get dubs. This week was a weird week in QB rule the world, so we're going to go over that too. Lots of interesting stuff in the NFL.
Yeah, boy.
Welcome back to Balls and Brews. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Cheers to you at home. Cheers to you driving. Hopefully you're drinking.
Switches from segment to
a
segment.
Gatorade, not a beer. We don't want you. We don't want you drinking and driving.
There, yeah. Of course not.
I drove to Mammoth, dude. I drank 2 Red Bulls and a fucking water. I peed all day.
Beautiful drive. That is an absolutely elite drive.
It is nice.
Sometimes we start out segments with some not great news, but I think we got to touch on it. It's been big already this season. The injuries, all of a sudden, last week, Burrow done for 3 months.
Yep.
Basically, waiting to see if you get in the playoffs at that point.
So long, Cincinnati.
You got Purdy.
Got crushed today
Sayonara,
by
Cincinnati.
Minnesota.
Oh, my God. That was, we'll get into that.
You got Purdy, who's done, which I don't know.
Not done.
He
2 to
might
5?
be back next week.
Really? They said 2 to 5 was the preliminary.
But it's weird if he's
Same
got turf
injury
toe.
as Burrow, but different
left,
levels.
but still, I'd like to see you got.
I looked up turf toe and what it actually was.
Looks bad.
It's the hyperextension of the ligament underneath your big toe.
That
sounds awful.
And the reason they call it turf toe is because remember, you used to always have it on turf because your cleats would get stuck.
Yep.
God, that sounds horrendous.
That's why you want to play on grass and not
Not
turf. Cleats don't get stuck in grass. The grass breaks away. Turf, you get stuck. That's why you see ACLs, MCLs on turf. That's what the big turf toe is from. It's from that getting your cleat stuck. But Joe Burrow is a grade 3. He probably couldn't even walk on it.
No. Oh, fuck no.
And that's what
fuck no.
There was all those.
Yeah.
Your big toe is everything on your foot, dude. If you ain't got that, you ain't got nothing.
J.J. McCarthy ankle.
Yeah.
He's on so many weeks.
The way they played today, though, Carson Wentz, what up?
That was a lot of defense. It is interesting.
A lot of defense.
I was very
that
interested
Minnesota defense was
with
everywhere.
Carson
And
Wentz
not
starting.
a lot of defense for Cincinnati.
I was very interested with Carson Wentz starting, though.
I was talking to a Minnesota fan. I know a guy at the gym,
I know
and
a
he's a big Minnesota fan, and he's like, I think Wentz is going to be fine, dude. I trust anybody under KOC. And coaching, what we were just preaching about earlier and what we preach on this pod quite often when we get specifically into
KOC's
the NFL.
a stud.
Yes, coaching means more in the NFL.
It has to. Or it doesn't have to. It does. You see the difference. You do.
You can see him.
Not like other.
Well, you can see it in college football, too. You can see it in college football. You can see halftime
football,
adjustments.
though.
Football in general, you see it.
I'm just saying between basketball or baseball, coaching, it just means more in the NFL. And it shows up every Sunday.
But then you got the quarterbacks are starting to get hurt. Yeah,
1 and 2.
We'll get to that. Hey,
don't really care about it.
Yeah, okay. Now not 1-0. You were shaking hands and kissing babies. Homie was excited.
But so it's big. Joe being out big, Purdy being out, and it's supposed to maybe comes back. But if he doesn't, then you got JJ's out. Then today, James Conner, right?
Yeah,
done for this season with a really bad ankle injury.
Snapped his shit.
Najee Harris had an Achilles injury.
Snapped his shit.
Have they come out and said that Najee's completely done now?
Yeah, they said it was an ACL tear.
You mean Achilles?
I'm sorry, an Achilles tear. Yeah, like that. Even a grade 1, if it's a tear to that, you're done for at least a year. Like you might stave off surgery, right? Depending on the grade of it. But like if it's even a minor tear as a running back, there's not a shot, dude. Like, yeah, you're in bad shape for sure. And it is the unfortunate acceptance of the NFL. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And the injuries pile up significantly sometimes.
Bosa went down today, Trev. What's up?
I did not hear that. I did not know that until you told us that just off pod moments ago.
Yeah, no, I was watching all the games. Went to Bullies, had a great time there for the morning and afternoon games. Stayed all day, soaking it up. But Bosa went out. It's not. There's no timeline on that yet. There still needs to be further.
But the initial report is knee, right?
Yeah,
no ACL.
It's a knee injury, but it seems like he avoided the ACL. So I mean, that's huge, especially for the defense. Need to have him. If he's out a short time, that is a big up. Any long-term injury for him obviously is killer for the Niners.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Purdy and Kittle out, and you don't want to start losing the superstars.
Jennings was out. I mean,
to scrap out a dub today was a big deal, man.
Top of the NFC West,
yeah,
baby,
3-0, clear by a full game on everybody else. Everybody else is 2-1. It's an
ugly fucking win. If anybody watched that game, it wasn't pretty. I didn't like watching most of that game.
Ugly wins are better than beautiful losses.
Yes, a win is a win. We're winning these games against these teams that we need to win against to have a chance at the end of the season.
The end of you got to get through the middle part now. It's going to be interesting to see how you navigate some things, because Bosa clearly is going to be missing sometime. You just hope that it's not significant.
Exactly.
Right?
And again, the defense has been such a drastic change with Saleh. Having him back has been so great for the Niners. It just has given me a lot of hope for this season, for sure.
Any other injuries we need to touch on before we go into?
I'm sure that there's more that I can. Justin Fields got his head knocked on.
Oh, that's right. He didn't play today.
Jaden Daniels and his knee
tweaked.
But those are all short term as well, right?
They should be.
That's what they say until they say otherwise. Sometimes it's very confusing in the NFL. If there's one thing that kind of upsets me about it, is there transparency with injuries. They traditionally are really wishy-washy on their information. Like, they give it out there and then it's not always accurate, right?
Yep.
CeeDee Lamb also was limited.
Fucked his stuff up.
Yeah.
Ankle.
That's big on them. Dak played all right though. Dak's a really solid quarterback. He just has no team and no owner.
Not right now. He's got
points good for you in fantasy.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Who?
Dak. Yeah, that's what he got. Yeah. I had to make a move. Burrow was hurt, and I might have to stream QBs for the rest of the season.
I did that one time and won.
I'm gonna have to. Like, it's all right. We'll figure it out.
I might have a quarterback for you.
We'll make it work. Yeah, you got like 6 of them or something.
I did at one point.
The next thing I want to kind of want to bitch about something.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, bring the wheelbarrow.
I hate that you can't find drops on a box score unless you actually have to dig into like players' reference stats. If you're going to put interceptions, you're going to put incompletions.
It's a part of the game. Drops a part of the game. It's a stat. It's an
it's
absolute
huge.
stat.
It's an important stat.
It's like a miss. It's like a miss.
And we're just going to avoid that on ESPN or any of the big.
On all of them. I looked on all of them, and I Googled it. Yeah. And it only said you could find it in like pro reference stuff where like the big
nerds,
the big stuff.
The ones that go down all of the statistical.
But it's bullshit because a drop is a drive killer. If you first down 2 yards, third down you have a little 4-yard out route. You're third and something.
A drop on 3rd and 4 for sure. And well, depending on where you're at on the field, but mostly
you're punting.
Yeah, mostly you're punting.
You have another drop. What about these drops for interceptions, aka Travis Kelce 2 weeks ago for fucking against the Eagles? Brian Thomas,
Travis Swift. I mean, go ahead.
Brian Thomas with the Jags.
You should take her name.
Power couple. There are a ton of these drops where you see a receiver drop the ball. Travis Kelce basically was like, I don't really want this, and kind of tossed it back. Dude, those are like for your quarterback. I almost think it should go
not
down.
Really feeling this right now, babe.
I think it should go down like as a 0.5 to the quarterback and a 0.5 to the receiver, because we're knocking the receivers, but we're not knocking any of these pass catchers. It says 8 targets with 4 catches. Well, were 2 of them drops and 2 missed throws? Like, where is?
I feel like that should matter. I get your argument,
should matter,
and I don't disagree with it.
And quarterbacks catch it all. And
They get their incompletions tallied, right?
They get their interceptions tallied, even though I went like this and it hit me in my hands and I dropped it over here. You know what I'm saying? How many times do you see
you moved your head back, dude, that motherfucker hit you in the face.
Well, how many times do you see that shit happen where it
all the time,
or you run it across the middle and the receiver?
No, the reason being because everything's moving so fucking fast, dude. Like it's unconceivable to actually think how quickly those guys are moving through space. Like it does not do it justice on the TV when you watch them, motherfuckers,
because they slow it down.
Well, for sure, yeah, which is great. So you do see what actually happens.
Yeah, it makes it clear.
But in real life, even if you're close enough to say you're on like the 50-yard line, 10 rows up, and you're like as clean of a view of the real game you can get, it happens so fast. All of it is so quick. So for the referees to get it mostly right and for these guys to be, mostly accurate and on time with each other is fucking amazing. But
dude, it should be in the stat book. It should be
the drop. It should be.
The drop. As I go look at the box score today, I should see that Jordan Love had 4 drops, right? Or that his receivers dropped the ball 4 times. Or go to find somebody else's stat book and see CD had 3 huge drops. Travis Kelce had a big, their drops should be in there because it is game changing, especially if you're a running team.
Now, blatant drops, right?
Yeah, there's a measure.
A drop is a drop. I mean,
there's a measure of like if you put 2 hands on the ball, it should be a catch most of the time, unless you're like completely like laid.
I mean, sometimes a lot of the receivers will get 1 hand on the ball, but the ball is still it wasn't placed correctly.
Your statistician can, just like he evaluates an error in baseball, can evaluate what's a drop and what's not a drop. That should be a very easy.
I mean, they already do that. They already do it.
It's already done somewhere because it's fucking
Des didn't
there.
Catch it.
I mean, it's fucking
that's
bullshit.
the call. That's the call that started it all, as it were. Des didn't catch it. Remember when he was trying to score on the Packers?
That was huge.
Or even the Calvin Johnson touchdown.
That was the Calvin Johnson rule after
he put the ball down.
When they say he didn't survive the ground. Insane.
They won that game and would have went on.
The Lions, man, Megatron, we could have gotten at least 3 to 4 more good years out of him had he been on a real team.
The Lions have done that to a couple players. Barry Sanders.
I know Barry.
I'm glad Stafford went off and got a dub.
One of the most elite players of all time. His highlight film is almost second to none.
I don't know. Maybe I'm sidebarring hard right
here. Who cares?
But
Sidebar it.
Zach brought up earlier in the chat talking about what does Josh Allen need?
Well, I was going to get to that in the next game.
Okay, I'll slow it down then. We'll get to it when we get to it.
Because I think it's a conversation that
it's got to be the QB Rules the World.
It's the first. It's the first.
Okay. It's my bad.
So it's going to be one of the 3 games we talk about in the QB Rules. All right, interesting games we talked about last week. We named out Bengals and Vikings because both teams were going to come in with backup quarterbacks.
Come out interesting at all. Minnesota absolutely dominated.
Well, that's all the defense.
From top to bottom.
Wentz played good enough. Offense played good enough, but the defense came out and just stifled the fuck out of Jake Browning, that offense.
And I mean,
Rodgers had what?
Another thing I feel like we should have seen coming. We know Minnesota has great coaching. We know that defense was good last season.
Is a very good
we
DC.
know Cincinnati's defense has not been good.
In the quarterbacks rule of the world, though, we had to pick the Bengals because Jake Browning has played longer in that team than Carson Wentz. So
I mean,
it's a tough one to go with. But the Vikings were the pick in that game.
I
don't know because they didn't look very good last week.
If we were to talk about it, I would lean on Browning on the idea that he literally played, 2 seasons ago and won some games in the regular season while Burrow was out. Wentz hasn't done that in a long time. So, I mean, for that alone, I would have to give him. And he came in and kept the ship steady and they won last week.
I mean, is that recency bias? Because
absolutely.
Wentz actually was a starter.
Oh, yeah.
Browning's never been a starter.
At one point, he was on an MVP tear.
But now I don't think you
that was 17.
How do you separate that?
Timing.
It's just recency bias because at the time it's what it is because that's what we're getting into.
2017 versus 2023 is 6 years apart.
Because that's what we're going to talk about when we talk about the Dolphins game.
Okay.
Dude, that was a good game too.
The Vikings come out and pound a lot of defense. Rodgers has a huge game. A pick, a fumble recovery for a tutty.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, he was elite. He had a sack, too. Like, he was all over the fight. He rewrote the record books, basically.
Next, gotta catch up to Chuck, apparently.
Next game.
I'm a little thirsty.
Rams at Eagles. went down to the wire. And this is,
the wire.
This is
the
the special teams.
The special teams.
When you lose, I think losing on a blocked field goal is one of the worst ways to lose a game.
It hurts.
It's got to be like top of lose. It's like pick six to lose a game. You're there to win the game with the field goal.
Sure.
Boom! I'm kicking this field goal. Right. And we're going to win.
So what
Rams
happens?
Look good.
Is it worse if it's blocked or if it's missed?
Oh, I don't know.
See, think about it. Because at least when it's you're like, oh, unless it's a clear shank. There are some kicks that come off the foot.
Block.
You think?
I don't know.
It's tough. I know either way you're not getting the points.
Yeah, right.
You're losing the
your special teams has just failed.
Right, and your offense just played, you just did against a good defense. You're so proud of the way your defense even kind of held. They did give up a bunch because the Rams were up.
This special
by 2
teams
scores.
Essentially runs like 4 to 6 plays. They do have crazy offshoots where they do special teams things, but they pretty much run the kicks and the punts, right? 4 to 6 plays. Get those 4 to 6 plays fucking right, dude. Like,
and a block kick.
A missed block. I mean,
to lose the game, dude. And because the Rams are right there. You played a really good team.
It wasn't even that long of a kick. They had gotten it into like decent field goal range.
Yeah,
it was like a 46-yarder. It was like a 46-yarder.
And the Rams,
I do love a big man touchdown though.
Jordan Davis bumbling, rumbling, stumbling at 330 pounds or whatever the fuck he is great.
The Rams
great. I
appreciate
that shout out.
Didn't really have an answer for the bigger, stronger AJ Brown. He kind of had his way a little bit during parts of that game.
Parts of the game I watched, Stafford was kind of off on his throw, dude. Like he missed Devontae quite a bit, dude.
How much duress was he under in that game?
Still though, like,
not as much as you would think at points. Like there were just throws he missed in a clean pocket, and I was like, wow. Wow, I was
I'm with you though. Like I expect more out of Stafford this season with getting Devontae Adams.
Yeah, dude,
and Nakua, like he should be lighting it up, and it's just been
fire it up. Yeah,
Schma. Yeah, you're winning, but it hasn't looked that pretty
until today. The Eagles, man, it
didn't look pretty for the Rams today, which I'm happy about.
That's championship football, though, man. He's going and getting the ugly ones, bro. Yeah. Like that, the Niners win today was exactly
ugly fucking game,
right? But
sorry for you that had to watch it,
right?
Or did
but it doesn't matter. You celebrated dub.
I still did that, definitely. All right, 100%.
Next game we talked about Steelers at Pats, 21-14.
Dude, Aaron pulls it out. Yeah. Okay, boys. Time to try some pumpkin.
We got a pumpkin cider. This is new.
This is the last one out of the
Angry Orchard.
We've done
4 in a row. We've done 4 in a row.
Okay. It smells
pumpkin.
It's not bad.
It's better than the other two.
I do like it. So apple, and then honestly, I would say this is behind the apple cinnamon.
It's number 2, but it's better than the other.
The mixed berry, the blood orange. I don't know what was going on with that one. That was my least favorite by a mile.
I think this is a great Thanksgiving kind of cider.
It does because you get Well, it's a definite Thanksgiving cider.
Well, yeah, because the apple cider still does play on the back end of that pumpkin, which is very nice.
It's nice. Yeah. It mellows it out. It's not overpowering.
I want to find a whole
flavor.
Goddamn 12-pack of that apple cinnamon. Dude, I would drink a bunch of those.
Give me a pack too, bro.
So good.
Aaron has a mediocre game. $1.39, 2 touchdowns. They run the ball really first.
We'll leave it.
Yeah. All right. They only run the ball for 64 yards. So a lot of defense. A lot of defense for them. But then Drake May goes 28 for 37 for 268, a tutty and a pick, or 2 touchdowns and a pick. He gets sacked 5 times. That line still needs
against a Pittsburgh Steelers defense who hasn't showed up until this week.
Correct. Their delayed defense line has got no pressure, and today they get him 5 times. A guy that actually moves pretty well too.
Is that more New England or more Pittsburgh?
I don't think New England's line's been good all year. I mean, we got after him.
Well, either is Pittsburgh though, so it's just like what does this tell us? Is Pittsburgh taking a step, or is New England taking a step back.
Drake May was also the leading rusher for the Patriots in that game.
That
7 for 45, and you can't have him.
Where's Trey Henderson? Where is his carries?
11 for 28.
And Ramondre gave up a bad fumble.
4 for 18.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
They were stifled by the Steelers. The Steelers do, in fact, have a good defense.
They haven't the first 2 weeks. I
understand that.
This is the first week they've played defense.
I get that.
Against a Drake May offense with no receivers. Like, how good is this defense?
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Who do they get?
I don't think they're that good.
I think that they are going to be better in totality.
They should be.
Okay.
And offensively, they're very mundane. They did have the big first week. The last 2 weeks.
I am off the Arthur Smith. And if I was ever on a bus, I'm not on his bus.
Never on that bus?
Yeah, dude. When he had Derrick Henry, it's really not that hard.
I'll take the next bus.
Turn around. Yeah, it's not really that hard to turn around and give it to fucking King Henry and be like, oh, I'm a successful OC. Like, I understand. I love running the ball.
Is this some Adam Gase shit or?
Yeah, what are we doing over here, cross-eyed motherfucker? We need to no.
I was OC for Peyton Manning.
He vouched for me.
I'm great.
He came in and said, "I'm worth a damn."
No.
Ran the Jets into the ground.
The player, not the coach.
Oh Lord.
Next game we called out was Broncos at Chargers. Really good game.
Oh my God, dude! Shout out to Herb, bro.
Broncos still can't come away with it.
Man, Herbert balling. Start looking towards the Justin Herbert.
That's why I had him above Stafford, buddy. This is what I expect.
Well, I'm glad to see it. I was hesitant because of last season and how I knew Harbaugh likes to run his offense, but now they're putting it on Herbert, and Herbert is answering the call.
He has people to give it to.
Keenan Allen.
Well, there were still those questions, though, at wide receiver.
No, I know. I'm just saying now they're actually – and Quentin Johnson's actually playing really good.
Yes, he's taking a step forward.
Yes.
It's great for him.
Omarion Hampton, it looks like a stud.
He finally had a game today. Yeah.
Broncos just having trouble on offense. Bo Nix has not looked good in 3 games.
Having trouble on defense too, though,
which is surprising.
Yeah, they're missing Greenlaw. Their linebacker play has been soft.
Herbert goes 28 for 47. That's a lot for him to be tossing. 47 balls
for any QB. That's
300 yards, 1 tutty, 1 pick.
Him,
Omarion Hampton 19 carries, 7 yards. Obviously, Najee only had 6 because he got hurt.
Yeah,
but that's just 47 throws, man. That's a whole lot of throwing the ball, man.
I mean, not if you got a top 5 quarterback. It's not too much. I don't feel like.
Maybe in one game, but you cannot make that the weekly script, right? I don't care how good Herbert is. You do not want him slinging. That arm's gonna get fucking fatigued, dude.
Nah. He's not that old. He's not gonna get fatigued.
And the quarterback rankings that's gonna be coming out next week.
We are gonna be reshuffling. Oh yes, pay attention.
Herbert is now number 4.
All right.
I think he's going to jump Burrow for me.
Burrow has to be off the list.
Yeah.
You can't.
How can you rate him if he's not playing?
You can't play. You can't rate him.
Best ability is availability.
Right.
I got it.
We got to shout. Yeah,
it's been a while.
We normally rumbling.
That used to be our slogan.
We're bringing it back.
But even like Bo Nix, 14 for 25.
Slow start.
But they only had 21 carries, so they weren't even on offense that much.
That's 46 plays. Well, that's not much at all in the NFL.
They threw for 40. He threw for Herbert threw for fucking 47, and they had 28 rushes, dude. He threw for more
than they had.
He threw for more attempts than they had plays in the game.
So you're trying to tell me the play total was like 76 to 46? They had like 30 more plays? Is essentially what you're telling me?
Herbert threw the ball 47 times.
Right,
and they had
plus 28 rushes.
Everybody was high on Denver.
So that's 75 plays.
25 plus 21.
And I think them missing Ingram at tight end being a big part of Sean Payton's offense, that hurts. Missing Greenlaw, a weakness in their defense at linebacker, that hurts.
Is he still not healthy?
Yeah, he's on IR.
They can't run the football, which hurts Bo Nix. They cannot run the football.
I mean, they're trying to.
RJ Harvey,
the rookie,
2 carries.
Dobbins actually has been the better
Dobbins had 11 carries.
Harvey had 2 carries?
Well, they only had 28 carries, Chuck. Dobbins had 11. Bo Nix had 8 runs. And Harvey had 2. They had 21 carries.
That's not enough for
Bo Nix only had 25 passes. So they only had 46 plays.
Yeah, that's fucking unacceptable, dude.
When you have 47 throws from your opposing quarterback.
That means 3 and outs are happening all over the place, basically.
Yeah,
yes.
They're having much more issues than...
They have no run game, and Sean Payton needs a run game.
Yeah.
I don't remember who their back was last year.
It was Javonte. It was Javonte Williams still.
But I thought R.J. Harvey would...
and McLaughlin. Remember, it was McLaughlin as well. Yeah.
So
and they were efficient. They weren't elite, but they were better than what they're getting production-wise now.
Last game that's played that we've talked about, because we also called Lions-Ravens, which is Monday night. That's going to be hopefully a really good game.
Golly, let's hope, right?
But the last game we called out last week before we get quarterbacks rule the world, Cowboys at Bears, fellas.
Boy, was I wrong about that.
First game.
Yeah.
First game that Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson offense actually looks like it.
Caleb looked like a quarterback today.
They're running Detroit Lions offense right now. The flea flicker that works.
Yeah.
I mean, other teams tried the flea flicker. I think Denver tried the flea flicker also today, but it was open for the Bears. They got that offense rolling. Caleb looked so much better.
19 for 28 for 298, averaged 10.6, and had 4 throwing touchdowns.
Big.
This has been a concerning factor though for me. DeAndre Swift had 13 carries for 33 yards. The next running back was Kyle Mongala. He had 6 for 16. Then you had all these other guys that just like Burden had a touch. DJ Moore had 3 runs. Caleb had 5 runs. But you're not running the ball like a Ben Johnson offense needs to.
They would be so much more efficient if they had the better run game. Adunze showed up.
3 for 101 and another
Luther
touchdown.
Burden showed up. So you're getting,
Luther Burden had a 60-yard tud today.
They were playing well at receiver. DJ Moore had some
Luther
plays.
went 3 for 101. Sorry, Rome went 3 for 62.
He had himself a good.
Well, he's had all right couple games though. Rome.
He's got good hands and he's a good route runner. Like
Bears fans, be patient. I know you might get excited over beating Dallas, but it's Dallas.
But
I was wrong about that.
Well, offensively, Dallas didn't do much. Dak threw it 40 times. He got sacked twice. Only ran the ball 20 times. Javonte Williams had 10 for 76, so he ran all right. Miles Sanders had 9 for 41. So you ran the ball okay.
Defense is garbage.
But yeah, you can't stop anybody. Jake Ferguson's your leading receiver, 13 for 82. Pickens is 5 for 68. So with the loss,
talked about it earlier too. CD
with that loss of CD, dude, that's going to be fucking gnarly for them.
Yeah.
Oh, if he's out for any true extended period of time, that Dallas offense crashes.
Because with him and
Pickens had a good game. I was going to say Pickens.
Well, no, he was 5 for 6. He did an outright game. I don't know.
I'm saying though is if he was going to get more of a target share, I think that he would be, with CD out,
with CD and Jake being there. But I don't know. Pickens still, I don't know. He doesn't toot my horn.
Toot it. They don't really have another option too.
Well, that's why it's going to be huge if he's out. Like no CD, that's all you got is Pickens and Ferguson. I mean, they got Tolbert, Turpin, and then all your running backs. Shoemaker
has catch a couple passes that are usually not that important.
Stat stuffer.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, that's what's kind of going down.
But hey, just blame the GM, right?
GM.
Well, they haven't really.
But Jerry will talk about it on all his social media.
You'll hear about it for sure.
He'll probably bring up Micah Parsons and how they miss him.
We did better by trading Micah,
but yeah, they won that trade. I'm sure
they did.
So in our quarterbacks rule the world. Week 1 we were 12-4. Week 2 we were 11-5. Right now we will be lucky to finish 8-8. We had a lot of had a lot of losses. Like today, for example, Raiders and Commanders. Once Jaden Daniels doesn't start, technically Geno Smith's better than Mariota, so we have to take Raiders on that. Even though we probably all thought
we would all vote for Geno to be the better of those two quarterbacks in current NFL. Yeah,
it should be fair.
No offensive line.
I thought this would be a closer game.
I did too. Offensive line played awful. I wasn't huge on the play calling again. It doesn't.
Genty had some nice.
I don't know why we're not.
Plays.
But I don't know why we're not trying to hit him with a screen and kind of get him going early. I feel like with our offense line being that bad, we need to, and I don't even care, get the screen out to Myers, get the screen out to somebody.
Been great too.
I know, the offensive line doesn't give you anything, and then you
got
two
the tight ends.
Yeah. Well, Mayer got hurt. He went off the field.
Yeah, that's true.
He had a guy.
Gino, I mean, he makes some nice plays, and then there's some plays that he just misses.
Yeah, and then he's kind of running for his life, but that's not what we're talking about. But so we got 3 games we want to talk about: Dolphins at Bills, Packers at Browns, and Falcons at Panthers.
My God, yeah. All of these 3 are interesting in their own right.
Dolphins at Bills. I sent a text in the group text, and I said, when do we put Josh at 1 over Patrick? Now, if we're saying like all the time, I understand it. But for a season, during the season, how much does he have to do to? I mean, he played amazing. Like, he's hitting receivers where he needs to hit him. He's getting the ball out of his hands. He's running the offense how it needs to be run. He goes off and runs for a bunch of yards. When does he get to cross the number 1 line in the season? I understand overall you can't do that, but in the season at some point, dude, he's the dog. He's the dog.
Keep jerking it, bro. Keep jerking it.
He's the dog, man. He is. We say that Patrick doesn't have any weapons. Oh, he still does all this. What weapons does Josh have?
Hear your answer too.
What weapons does Josh have?
I'm ready. I'm cocked and loaded. But I know that somebody here has, Lamar Jackson very high on their rankings, and he played great last season. Those numbers were crazy numbers. But when I look at Josh Allen, I get it. Like, you're
his
not going to give.
His eye test is unreal.
Yes, that's what it is.
His eye test is unreal.
He doesn't have the hardware to back up the number 1 spot at this point. But at this point, there is no other quarterback I'd rather start a franchise with than Josh Allen. He's number 1. I'd take him over Mahomes. I'd take him over Burrow. Lamar Jackson. I don't care who you got. If I can pick any quarterback, that is my quarterback.
Current start a franchise, Josh Allen, though, right? Not like when you drafted him, Josh Allen, because it has been developmental.
But that isn't even the best part about it. He did what nobody else can do.
That's also what I want to play on is like Tom Brady, known as the best quarterback. Part of him being the best quarterback is his development, and he was drafted 6th round?
199.
So, and then we got a quarterback drafted in the 1st round, Josh Allen, and his development has been even crazier.
It wasn't as accurate as people said. Not good rookie year. Starts to get a little better sophomore year, and then the 3rd year, boom.
I feel like their development is comparable as far as quarterbacks go, as far as taking that next step and making everyone around you better. And God damn, is there another quarterback you would take over him to start a franchise?
Current day, now,
right
2025.
Who you taking?
You know who I'm taking. It's already a done deal. I want the jersey.
Who you got, Chuck?
There's only
a couple in the group that you're going to even talk about.
I can understand why J.A. would be the argument, because he has insane size with insane strength. An arm,
all the measurables.
He can run. He's good enough to not take a hit, but can take a hit.
He reminds me of Tom Brady. You're throwing to receivers that they're all good, but you don't have that star guy anymore. It doesn't matter though.
But okay, Lamar has become a better pocket passer.
Yes,
his numbers are significantly better.
I think is the only real challenge at this point. I think I put him even over Mahomes in some aspects.
In current day NFL, Mahomes has been good, not elite, the last handful of years. Not last handful, last probably 2 years, right? Season and a half.
Ever since that offense kind of lost Tyreek, really, because they haven't had that big play anymore.
Sure. No,
and
that's a big deal.
They scrapped by, and Mahomes has been great in the clutch. Another quarterback being better in the clutch, it's hard to pick in somebody else.
It's fair.
But
Josh literally, and it's not, you can't even argue the playoff numbers. It's not him losing the games. He's putting up 30 points.
Here's what I'm going to say, because it just clicked with me.
All right.
Being that you can build more versions of a successful team around Josh Allen than you can around Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen should be the vote, because depending on what else you can do around him, to get Lamar to be as successful as he is, he needs a very specific kind of teams and weapons and a scheme and things.
Exactly.
J.A. can mold to whatever comes his way kind of thing, which I think is pretty fucking impressive. I've never been a J.A. detractor. I just, have never been, ski pulling him either. But like,
it's all right.
You don't have to be, but he's great to recognize,
and he's super fun to watch.
But watching him play, you're just like,
super
holy
fun
shit!
To watch.
It's like it's watching something else. It really is sometimes.
He's huge. He's as big as these linemen, dude. Like,
that's why I took Buffalo
we
to
did get
win the Super Bowl.
We did
season.
get the win on that game. The next 2 games are.
Boy,
I feel like he's got to be the next quarterback to do it. He just shines.
But that's why I think that if we had a hot seat list for the next so many years, Sean McDermott has to be on it, because it's not, Josh isn't playing bad. It's not like he's throwing 4 picks in a game like Herbert did. Josh's playoff numbers are some of the best.
Looks different though now.
Well, I'm just saying, but Josh's playoff numbers are some of the best playoff numbers.
Dating Madison Beer, and it all started going right.
I hope so.
How could it not?
Herbert's on the short list though. Like I think is climbing. He's in that same kind of mold that he could be what Josh is now.
Well, he's definitely 4, because you have to, if you take out, depending on what you would want to do with Stafford, you have to take out Joe. Joe's out. So for me, he automatically falls into 4. I mean, Herbert's, when I watched Herbert throw that football, after the very first time that Tyrod Taylor got his lung punctured and he threw that like 70-yard pass for a touchdown, I was like, this dude is fucking legit. That was one of the best footballs I've ever seen come out of somebody's hand.
Well, his release point is like just high.
Well, his whole mechanics are just different. The way he moves is different. Amazing.
Because he's a super long quarterback who knows how to use his length. Sometimes you get like too long, like guys like fucking Brock Osweiler that are just have no idea how to use all of that.
But more like he's more clunky compared to like a Josh and a Justin, who are massively great athletes.
Well, and I think that's also why Justin gets brought up a lot in the top quarterbacks, is everybody's kind of seen some of that like pop that he has, and now it's finally coming together under Harbaugh.
You watch him throw the football and you're like, yeah, it's a great thrower of the football, period. Like, you don't want to fix his mechanics. You're like, just go do more of that. Just get him some weapons. Like,
let's hone that.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's make it better.
Like, but shit, man, QBs rule the world. So we're struggling for 8-8.
Next game is a loss, which shouldn't have been. Packers at Browns.
Oh my God!
Thank you for bringing us back. That one is an absolute stunner.
Hey, what are you doing, Packers? Losing to the Browns.
This is not executing, and part of it is I'm going to preach it all year. They have no go-to guy. Tucker Kraft is their only go-to guy. Golden led him in receptions. You can't even
call him a go. Like, I understand he's a good option for them.
But that's it.
But yeah,
they all have a bunch of twos and threes.
I think it also speaks to how nasty that Cleveland defense is.
And that's why,
even in their losses, they held Cincy to 17 points with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, and they lost that game by a point.
And even though they're missing certain parts to be a complete team, I think they've drafted pretty well.
Well, Judkins ran for 94 yards.
He came in and made a difference.
Their defense has been playing good.
Very good.
My guy that I called out for Rookie of the Year, leading the team in tackles and had a sack today, 10 total tackles. He's going to be their linebacker for years on end. They drafted Mason Graham up front. He's going to be their defensive tackle for years on end. You have built the middle of your defense now for multiple years, and your corners have been good for a long time. It's kind of been the defense kind of floods because your offense, which should be a stat
on the field too much.
So you get tired, and next you know, at the end of the game, you get a couple more touchdowns.
Yeah, I bet our quarterback changes the whole team.
Dude, they're gonna have to draft. If they're 1-2 right now, if they finish at the end, they have to draft somebody. Well, I don't know. Let's finish out the year, bud.
Yeah, there's a lot of
football
to go. I'm just saying, quarterbacks. We got to see if Sanders can step up, if Dylan Gabriel can step up, or if they have to draft somebody else. But that's got to be the play, because that is literally the only thing that feels like it's holding them back at this point.
Yeah, because you
wide
have
receivers, of course, they could still use a number one.
Well, you Cedric Tillman, are you working to be your one? Your two tight ends. Your two tight ends are Njoku,
great tight ends,
and Fanning Jr., the rookie
great
this
running
year.
Game.
So you got Dylan Sampson. You have what it is. You have no quarterback. Your offensive line's okay. I mean, it's so. So we'll see what happens.
Defense is top 10, right?
Yep. Right now they are.
I mean, so that's a formula that if you get a QB, they can win some serious games.
Dude, you don't move off Stefanski.
And you shouldn't have moved off. And you should have never went and got Odell and fucked over Baker. Now Baker's balling with the Bucks.
I mean, that's what
he
also
is.
hurt.
Since he went to Tampa, he is leading the NFL in touchdown passes. I mean,
dude,
that's enough said right there. You know what I mean?
He's like, Brett Favre.
He is, because
he
believes in himself to the
and the way he plays the game, he plays with that like when
good comparison.
Just slinging, but then you look like a kid when you do it too. You know what I'm saying?
Quick memory, dude.
Gunslinger.
His bad plays are in his rear view immediately.
I throw a pick, I'm going to come out and throw the exact same fucking ball.
Exactly. If I see Mike Evans down there, I'm throwing it again.
I'm
throwing it again. Yeah,
dude, but that's what he should.
This time it's going to work.
He is literally just a little bit shorter of a Brett Favre.
Yeah, that's a great comparison.
The way they play,
I would agree
with
that.
Watch Brett throw a touchdown. He's like jumping up and down, running down the field. Baker is a shorter Brett Favre.
I've been
good comp.
I originally was not a fan of Baker, and
I wasn't either.
He's worked way up into my.
He's grown on me.
I pull
the
for
Raiders should have signed him
time.
when he went to the Rams and beat the Raiders on that like weird Monday night game.
I remember that. Yeah.
The Raiders should have signed him the day after.
Damn,
he would have fit.
You're right.
Next game we want to talk about, which should have been another fucking win. Falcons at Panthers, and not even close. 30 nut. You don't even put up a fucking
donut,
score,
dude. Donut, Halo, 0, zilch, nada, nothing.
Penix had 2 picks.
Zippo.
18 for 36 and gets pulled for Kirk Cousins.
You kick a field goal in week 1. You're playing the Bucks in overtime for the lead in that division, and this week you come out and you can't score.
They smoke Minnesota.
The Panthers, the Carolina Panthers, no points, 0 points.
Zip.
And
dude.
Bryce Young only was 16 for 24 for $121.
Yeah, and Chuba didn't have a crazy good game.
17
either.
for 73.
Okay, all right. So I mean, that's a pretty good game.
But I mean, that's not.
No,
that's
everything.
That's not 30 fucking points. Where'd their 30 points come from? Did they turn them over? It was picks. They had a pick 6. I know they had a pick 6.
Well, they had a one fumble that they recovered as well.
But this is a game you got to throw out. That defense was way better the first 2 weeks. That offense, like Michael Penix was looking okay, and it just he disappeared. And with him disappearing, Pitts and London disappear, Bijan.
What do we say? When the momentum goes bad, sometimes it can go very bad.
Yeah, this is just a slide.
Game, so we sit at the.
Thank goodness it's in Carolina too. That did not happen in front of your home fans. Could you imagine?
Thank God
that was a home shutout.
People would have been coming
riots in Atlanta. Sorry, go ahead.
No, so we sit down, or I sit down before we do the pod, or like a couple days, and we write down which we're going to get into is our interesting games next week.
Right.
First game I wrote down for the reason before this Falcons game was Commander of Falcons. Why? Because we were going to get to see Michael Penix first round pick against Jaden Daniels first round pick.
Yeah.
Right.
And now we get to see a Falcons team that just got slaughtered where they pulled Michael Penix. And a Commanders team that we don't know if Jaden's going to play because he had like a knee sprain.
What does that say to him? Like, are you going to put him? Are you going to start him next week?
You have to. You have to start him next week. You have to start him next week. Yeah, you have to sit him down. You got to get a better game plan.
Fuck, man. You only get so many times to do this to a young quarterback before you break his psyche, dude, right? Like,
it's too early to pull him, though.
I would say stick by him. It was his third game. It was his third game. And you didn't play him in the preseason, man. Like, you got to get him out there just to wet their whistle a little bit.
But they blow out the Vikings defense
the week before,
and then they get smashed by the Panthers defense.
Bad look.
Like, and you know, literally, you're looking Commanders, Falcons. Holy shit! 2 young quarterbacks. What are we going to see? it's still a game we're gonna talk about again. But
even if Atlanta lost this game competitively, you'd be like, okay, that's an interesting game coming up, right? But it wasn't. It was.
Yeah, the landslide, it just makes you look at it different.
Right. So was it more Carolina plus and Atlanta negative, right? That's how we're looking at this as far as Atlanta just really shit the bed, right?
Yeah, I don't even know where to necessarily go with Atlanta on that, how bad that performance is. Right. Especially when the Carolinas Bryce only throws for $121 and you only run over 100 barely 100 yards. So you're 3 now.
It wasn't great offense. Hubbard's been really good for that offense, though.
Oh, They've run that offense contract
through
extension.
him.
Sure.
That was a great signing and great re-signing by Carolina.
Agreed.
But man, wow.
We do have our first international game next week.
Hey,
NFL
Dublin.
NFL Dublin. Second. So
that's
Brazil.
right. The Brazil one
Brazil.
was
About Brazil. Vikings Steelers.
In Dublin.
Going to be interesting to see if the Vikings can stifle Aaron.
Skull.
You're going to be Carson Wentz again.
Yeah, he's played fucking Minnesota how many times in his career as a Green Bay Packer?
Right.
So yeah, this means something.
6:30 a.m.
Well,
West
is he
Coast
starting,
West
or
Coast
is it McCaffrey? Does he come back?
McCarthy?
No, McCarthy. No, he's out for 2 to. We'll have to see. He was supposed to be out.
I haven't heard anything about him potentially coming back soon. Yeah. So there's been no smoke the same way that there has been about Purdy. But I don't know. I haven't looked into it too far. But
the Bills. We're not going to talk about this game. Bills Saints. The line's 15.5.
It's Bills Saints next week.
Yeah, 15.5 is that line. That's a fucking.
That's a 15.5.
That's a big one. Next game, I really want to watch this game. Actually, Eagles at Bucks.
Hey, that is an NFC preview.
That's my NFC Championship.
Yeah, it is, Charlie. Charlie's been high on the Bucks, so good for you. But that's just going to be an interesting team. What both ways?
Mike Evans, is he good to go? Because he got taken out a little bit.
I'd have to pull up the injury report when it comes up next week. I don't know if it.
He didn't play all of that game. We'll get back to that, I guess, though.
Yeah, Mike, I mean...
Ibuka, he came in questionable, but he was still good.
It says questionable hamstring right now as his status. But
soft tissue injury.
You never like those hammies, though, because that could be a lingering year-long injury for Mike, especially as a receiver. That's never good.
Soft tissue injuries are not good.
Next game, which has become incredibly interesting now. Colts at Rams, guys. 3-0 Colts, who are just putting up the numbers, going into L.A. to play the Rams, who had a really good game today.
Hattie the Philly on the road.
Dude, losing with your special teams got to be such a kick in the balls.
On the road.
As like a full.
It shouldn't even have come down to that. You shouldn't have given up that touchdown under 2 minutes. You shouldn't even have needed that field goal.
With the lead, and then you lose the lead.
Double digit lead. Double
field goal.
Field goal. Blocked field goal. A blocked field. Mm-hmm, correct. Because you were behind.
So
you were then losing. Yeah.
But I don't care.
Colts and Rams.
NFC West don't hurt me.
Danny Dimes be looking good.
Better for my team.
Shane Steichen's
running
coaching
that team.
Shane Steichen's coaching the hell out of that team. They're using the weapons we thought they should be using.
I think this confirms that Steichen is a good coach.
I think it also confirms that Dayball might not know what the fuck he's doing out there. He had some good years, but
it also confirms that the Colts should move on from their GM.
Oh, Ballard?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he drafted a Rich,
which doesn't make sense. Why draft with Shane Steichen? Why take him?
Yeah, no, it's conflicting between him and the coach. You have a coach that's pushing the team forward, and the GM who's trying to take the team a different direction. It feels like.
Yeah, if those two aren't in the same rowing the boat in the same direction, you're gonna always have a battle.
We're going in circles. We're going in circles.
Yeah, tough.
until maybe this season because of the free agent signing of Indiana Jones now.
Danny Diamonds. He's upgrading his fucking nickname.
Danny Dimes no more.
Danny Diamond. Hey, bro. I champion the story. I really do. I think it's fucking good for him. I love that he got a new start and he's making the most of it. And dude,
another one of those quarterbacks.
I watched a play where he broke out. He scrambled around. He broke like 2 or 3 tackles and then ran for like 12 yards on top of it, which should have been a loss of 6, turned into a gain of like 12. And it's just like,
good for him.
Yeah, that is what you want to see out of your quarterback, dude. As a defense, you get mad frustrated when shit like that happens.
But it's same with kind of the resurgence of Sammy, which you're going to talk about in your fandom.
Hey, man.
It's seeing these quarterbacks. Baker has comes back with the Bucks. Sam's back with the Vikings, and now with the Seahawks. Danny moves on from the Giants, and he's with the Colts. It's just the resurgence of some of these quarterbacks that we give up on. Geno is an example.
Baker is a great example.
Yeah. So it can happen, with some of these guys, but it's not happening with the guys like Anthony Richardson who has no accuracy. If you don't have accuracy, you can't play in the NFL unless you work as hard as Josh to get better, and that means you have to
Well, you also can't read defense.
Yeah, that too.
It's one thing. Accuracy you can teach as well. Like you can teach both of those things, but like separately. And trying to teach them both at the same time is going to overload somebody. Like.
Trey Lance
He's
is another
still
example.
Really young, but I put him kind of in the Trey Lance category where there's aspects that I see that you can get drawn to, but there's bigger questions as far as their game goes.
Correct.
That it's why it cost them their starting spot and why they might have a hard time being a Baker or a Sam in the future.
No, I don't. I think that at the end of this year, if this keeps up this way, Anthony Richardson isn't a Colt next year.
Yeah,
no, they'll
sure.
move on. He'll be a Steeler.
They find
Tallman's next quarterback.
It's a fairly good take.
My God.
It's a fairly good dart throw. That's a fairly good dart throw. I could see that happening because the idea is that Aaron Rodgers is he's my last year, I'm having fun.
It's always his last year.
No, I know. It's the Brett Favre thing.
Yep.
Keep everybody guessing. But dude, that would be, I'm fine. Okay, go to Pittsburgh and be not accurate. I'm fine with that.
This next game is a crazy game. If I were to tell you, one team has a chance to be 1-3, and one team has a chance to be 0-3, and one team has a chance
0-4. If it's next week, it's got to be nobody's had a bye. Or we're getting into buys in week 4.
Well, they would be. No, week 4 would be next week. So into next week's game,
3 games. You're right.
Next week's going to game. One team could be 0-2, and one team could be 1-2. And I was going to tell you it was the Ravens and Chiefs. You could literally that's what we could be walking into as a game. You look on the schedule, like bam, Ravens Chiefs. Can't wait for that.
Both of them. Dude, the Chiefs
maybe not
haven't won yet. And tonight.
And then the Ravens have the Lions. I mean, it's going to be a huge test for both teams.
They both could be 1-2.
Or they could be 0-3 and 1-2.
Nuts.
Dude, and right now the Chiefs are up 16-6, so they have taken a little bit of hold of this game. But seriously, you could do, T-Money's power rankings.
Watch out for Money's rankings.
2 weeks. 2 weeks after we get back from Mexico.
Next week we'll do quarterbacks. After our trip to Mexico, we'll do some power rankings. After we have a legit feel of where we feel some teams are, and we'll all argue on where we like the teams.
Trev's going to drop it, though. It's his power rankings, and me and Chuck will talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into fandom, boys. Charlie, why don't you start? You had a pretty impressive.
We kind of like to wrap up these football weeks with a touch on our teams, right? Like, we won't dribble too far.
I got a lot of bad touching.
Well,
ooh, that's a touchy subject.
Sign me up now. As long as the C word is there. I was thinking
talk to HR.
I don't talk to HR. We don't talk to the narcs. But the Seahawks, look, I did believe that they were going to win this game. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to go.
I didn't know it was going to go this sideways.
I think, for the Saints, it went excellent for us in the sense of it was all 3 phases. Special teams looked good. Offense looked good. Defense looked good.
14 for 18 for 218 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Piece of cake.
44-13.
Yeah, piece of cake day. Well,
this is growth you want to see.
We were given short fields to start. It was 28-3 in like the second quarter.
Yeah, because Kenny Walker goes 16 for 38, only averaging 2.4, but has 2 tutties.
Has 2 tuds.
Your guy, Sammy and Ninjigba have a fucking connection.
They do. They were finding each other. They were like top 5 in connection between both receptions and yards. So
opened up the game.
Always does. Over the middle too. We're final. Like if there was one knock on Russ, he couldn't throw over the fucking middle, dude. Couldn't see. I know.
But Sam Darnold's 6'4".
Thank you.
I love it. Wish he was my quarterback.
I am now understanding why the swap happened. Why we traded Geno to the Raiders? Because I was pro Geno.
So now you're leaning Darnold?
I have to.
I know you had to when your team made the move, but now seeing the product.
Yeah, I like his connection with he's finding a small one with Kupp. He's got a great one with Njigba. Torrey Horton had himself a game. He had a punt
3
return
for 32
for a tud and a wide receiver.
3 for 32 for a tud. But that's another
get some polish on that.
But that's another game.
Punt return.
That's another game that Horton's been in the mix of because he's in the mix last week too. Wasn't he?
No, he had a tud last week too. No, he might be. He's
sneaky good.
Well,
draft
he's technically his
from Nevada too.
His stats are better than Colorado State.
Is
where he got it. With Norvell, right? Yeah. Yep. But right now, his stats are far superior to Cooper Kupp's.
Yes.
Yes. So right now,
it's promising to see because
absolutely
he has the young rookie over the wily veteran.
Right, because Kupp knows where he's at. Like if you listen to him and his conversations, of course he talks about him at an elite level still, and he can still play the game. But like he talks about it with a calmness and an airness of knowing that like these guys in Njigba and potentially Horton, like could become the dudes. And I'm playing a 3-man in that offense is still legit, dude. Like I was very happy to see, and we gave up no sacks and we gave up no picks, and we played clean football. And you don't always score that much, which is great. So to see the score go up is crazy. But to execute the turnovers and the not turning it over for us is what is hugely promising. Even if we would have won this game 28-6, I would be just as jazzed kind of thing, right? Like 44 is fucking crazy though. Like we don't put up those kind of points ever.
Who you got next week?
The Cardinals on Thursday.
That's a big game.
Yeah, it absolutely is. We are both coming in 2-1 because of it almost was a 3-0 to 2-1. But
it wasn't.
But it wasn't. So into the desert we go on Thursday night to play who I like to call Jitterbug Murray.
Shorty McShort a lot.
Dude, he just is. He didn't have a great game today either. That team's really got to turn the mirror inward and decide what they're going to do because they paid him too. He's still got 4 years on his deal, something like that.
Yeah, they're in a bad situation, which is great for our teams, but like
because that defense is starting.
I
to
would
be
not
built.
like to have him under contract. That contract.
Their weapons are starting to get built. Their defense is starting to build.
Well, James Conner just had a season-ending injury, which is super unfortunate.
I mean, they have Benson. They have weapons at wide receiver.
Brian Harrison he's played better this year so far.
Trey McBride's
been solid.
Great tight end.
The defense is super solid. You got to get rid of Murray.
I feel like he is.
He just doesn't win the games you need him to. Right, correct. No, and I'll eat it up as long as it's there.
They sign him to
sign
him for more years.
Exactly, 10 more. Give him a decade. Give him a baseball contract.
But as far as
from a non-objective,
team, you don't want that. That's a bad contract.
The rest of this year will be telling for Arizona for sure because it depends on how many guarantees are left in his contract and how they could. Although the teams have made set precedents that they are willing to eat a large cap number if they think they can get it right on the back end. That's what Denver did.
Yeah, and it showed to work too.
That first season, this season's off to a little bit of a rough start.
I mean, still, I think that's a win on the move that they made in the long run.
Overall,
yeah.
I mean. as much as I got to give Russ his flowers for being the only Super Bowl winning Seahawk quarterback, like I'm very glad he's not on my team at the current moment. I don't like current iteration. Yeah, him being on the Raiders was a large consideration.
Yeah,
this offseason.
Dodged the bullet there, bro.
I remember that.
9 for 15 for 70 yards and 2 picks is his number right now. Trev, let's talk about your team.
I mean, I don't feel like there's a whole lot to talk about. That offense was fucking ugly.
Mac Jones didn't lead a very beautiful game, no.
No, it was, but I mean, we're missing Kittle. We're missing Ayuk. Jennings was out this week. The offense runs through CMC with a sprinkle of Pearsall here and there. The defense is what's kept us in the games and what's won us these games. Saleh is so good. I'm so happy to have him. Bosa's injury is a concern. We talked about that. But otherwise, like, to be 3-0 at this point in the season, again, I know the Niners have had a soft schedule, but to get these wins is crucial. It's crucial because if we can get healthy, there's so much hope for me.
Mac Jones 27 for 41.
I think that if is kind of big though. There's some fucking names you just mentioned, dude, and it sucks that normally you've had the injury year, good year, injury year, good year, and like now it's almost back to back injury years. Like I don't know.
There's no season ending.
Okay.
McCaffrey's held up.
Sure.
A lot of touches.
Yeah,
a lot of touches.
Purdy's turf toe doesn't seem severe. So, and we're 3-0. So,
Christian goes 17.
Top of the West, baby.
Christian goes 7.
Factual.
Beat the Seahawks.
Factual.
Beat the Cardinals.
Factual.
Rams lost today to the Eagles. I'm in the sweet spot.
Christian goes 17 for 52 on the ground and 10 for 88 in the air, so 27 touches. Pearsall goes 8 for 117.
Yeah, and some of those numbers don't sound so impressive, but they're getting the job done.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right, no, but we're saying the totality of that is a lot of bodies hitting him and falling on him.
That's a lot of touches,
that's
27.
That's a lot. Because the vast majority of those, he's not running out of bounds, standing up. He's getting fucking mashed on at some point in the play, right? Like, and we are all Christian McCaffrey fans. He's elite at running back.
But I get it. That is definitely the concern because of his injury history and the weight that
anybody touching the ball that much. Exactly. It's like one game, great. It's killer to see that stat monster game where you're like already put on, and then the next game you can back him down because you got somebody else you can kind of go to or whatever. Like, but it's been that offense is running through him. Period.
Right 100%. And I mean, again, all these short-term injuries, we're hoping that the load will lighten for him. With those guys not being long-term. We'll see how the season plays out, though.
I know, man. It is one of those things. I want you to have faith, faithful to the Bay, in the sense of you're just 3-0. Shit, dude. I mean, you're the only one who can sit here at the table and claim that fandom, but especially with a win over me.
No losses. 0 losses.
Yeah.
So both my teams that I'm complaining about, I'm going to complain about again. The Nevada is very fraudulent.
My God.
I mean, that's all we're going to say, that they're awful and fraudulent.
So bad.
They lost another game after being up at halftime again.
It's so sad because we got that experience with Kaepernick. I mean, we were at the Boise State game, freezing our asses off in the stands.
Even the Jay Norvell gears were better than this.
Yes. The Craft Bowl against BC in San Francisco, went to that. That was great. I love to support Nevada, even though they weren't my first team, just being here. But it's so hard with the product that's on the field this year. I'm still going to a game this year.
I would say the last 3-4 years have been really rough Nevada football.
Since Jay Norvell's left, it's been really bad. My other team, they suck too. Offensive line can't block. Geno gets sacked 5 times. His numbers are inflated with 3 touchdowns, 289. 2 of those touchdowns came late in that game.
It just didn't, but a butt whooping, right? Yeah,
it was. Dre Tucker has 8 for $145, but that's all 2 late touchdowns. He did play okay. Not run the ball and getting the running backs in the game early isn't helping the offense line at all. Dropping back and trying to throw the deep ball all the time is not working.
Yeah, what is up with that? That doesn't feel like a Pete Carroll offense.
Or a Chip Kelly offense.
Do you think okay, so
I don't know
from a guy who's watched last year's Geno and this year's Geno, do you think it might be Geno chirping at the offensive coordinator?
Yeah, I don't know if
this is what I like to do.
I don't know if Geno's calling out of the runs. I don't know. It's not.
Because with Grubb, he was winging and dinging 40 times a game,
and I was expecting more run.
I like that.
More running the ball, more getting us. We're third down and long a lot. Offensive line has not taken the step that I was hoping it would, and this is what it's going to lead to. Hopefully, I don't even know if I want us to get to 8 wins. Kind of wants to suck and see if we can get one of these fucking
higher
dudes.
Picks. It seems like you
give me the Allard or the Norris or the Nussmeier, man.
Lean on the run more though, even if it doesn't like add up early in the games, just to have.
Dude, I don't take the 6th overall pick at running back to run him.
Where's my screens at? Even to some of these
plays that you can find a way to get him the ball.
Even to Thornton and stuff and Trey Tucker. Why are we have 2 really fast receivers, but Geno does it again. Dude, he threw a ball to Thornton today, and I'm going, there's fucking 4 guys over there, you dork.
You dork. Thornton should be the great play action deep threat for your team.
But we're not running the ball enough to do. And then I feel like Geno's still sticking in spots he shouldn't. Last game was like really bad in his decision making. We should have been closer with the Chargers in that game. He doesn't throw some of those picks, especially
some of
early
that
on.
Ball placement. I mean,
he is,
it's a combination of that, and I mean a couple other things as far as like we were saying about the offense.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next week. We got the Bears next week, so that should be interesting. They just came off a really good game, so
yeah. Can they maintain that momentum? Or I mean, I don't feel like they're really that much further ahead of your team.
No, no. It's all about where Caleb and Geno play. It really is. And our offensive line's got to play better, give them more time. But I think you got to run the ball. So we'll see if we do it next week. I'm not really expecting a dub. I would like a dub, but we'll see where we go from here on out. If the offensive line's going to play like that, we're going to be behind in a lot of games and not helping them out by screening and
giving them some easy plays to stop.
Yep.
Also, you can't probably tell by this video, but I'm repping a shirt I got when I was gone that week, and it was the guys and Kai. But Sonoma Springs Brewing, and this is the place I stopped at. They had a couple dogs just chilling, walking between customers. They're the ones that had that cookies and cream ale. They had that jalapeno ale, a lot of interesting stuff there.
Experimental brewery.
Yeah, it's a place to check out if you're in that area. Okay. Interesting.
I don't remember the last time. I do remember the last time I was in that area. It's been a while, though.
Well, check us out, Instagram and X.
Yeah, no, I think that is 109, right? So, yeah Spotify, Buzzsprout, YouTube. Video on both of those, and then you can get us on any platform through Buzzsprout. So if you're a third-party user, podcast addict, all that kind of stuff, this Buzzsprout is for you.
Addict.
We're football addicts, if you couldn't tell by this here pod. So we're gonna
quarterbacks next week.
We're gonna get updated big time.
Top 10
right?
coming in.
And then Mexico, we're gonna be off,
and then we come back with Trev's top 10.
All right, we'll see you for 110.
Let's go.